minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys. Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to what would have been a Monday Night Live, but instead of doing this show, we had to do the watch long where Liverpool got their asses handed to them by Brentford. If you come here for positivity tonight, people, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're not gonna find much. You might get some banter, you might get some laughs, but things have to be spoken about, and things aren't rosy in the garden at the moment. In fact, we ain't even got a bloody garden at the moment. Man like Matt, how you doing, bro?
I've been better, and do you know now it's going to be a techie one. When we went live, have you ever had that thing where it goes, the browser can't play the clips? I had no idea when we was going live. I just had to guess. So I just kind of gauged by looking at you and going, okay, we're live now. Yeah, that's my mood, bro. There's a lot to chop up today. Yeah, and there's a lot to chop up today, bro. I can't even lie to you. A lot of stuff, man. Big at everyone in the chat. Big at everybody. It's about to get techie still.
Boy, there is a lot to chop up. As always, guys, when we get behind the mic, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. Right, Matt, bruv, let's just get straight into the first topic, bruv. It is what it is, bruv. Like, it's something that we've said on here a few times. We got ridiculed for it. But since Carragher said it, everyone's sat up and listen. Let's get into it. Is the number two actually our number one? To quote man like Matt when we spoke on the phone earlier. Like, is he our number one or is he our number two? Because at this point, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Bro, it's mad. I'm gonna be honest, Carl. The way how Pep Lijnders is moving, he's obviously gained more and more experience after every season. This guy, don't get me wrong, I'm not just going to be all negative, but I'm going to throw some positive first, actually, because I think it's unfair just to be negative straight away because we've got issues. First things first, Cal, we won the Premier League, and if I'm not mistaken, the Champions League under Lijnders, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So his methods at that point did work well. The only problem is that I've seen so far is that the more and more that I see of Pep Lijnders, whether it be a book, whether it be on the YouTube video, whether it will be him speaking to the new signing before Klopp, whether it will be the signings that we've made seem like they are Lijnders signings. Lijnders obviously detailed a lot in his book how he wanted us to play. Is he trying to mold this team into his own team? And not only that, is Klopp allowing it? Now, here's the thing. In that book, if I'm not mistaken, Klopp says something like he considers Lijnders family. And don't get me wrong, it's fine to have a bond with someone, a close bond with someone who you've worked with and you shared good memories with and you shared positivity with and, you know, you've won stuff with them. However, you can't lose sight of who you are. What I'm seeing is now, Cal, and I'm going to throw it back to you, is I'm worried that I'm losing sight of the old Jurgen Klopp where you just knew he was in charge of what he needed to be in charge of. It looks like now Pep Lijnders is starting to have that grip on on Liverpool that he shouldn't really have. He shouldn't have that. Don't get me wrong, he's important because he's the number 2. And number 2 is doing important things. But bro, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes when I look at the team sheet, I think, is this Lijnders? The way how we're playing, is this Lijnders? Because one thing we also can't forget about as well, Cal, is when we have Buvac, the brain, a lot of Buvac, there's why is the brain is because Klopp took a lot from him, so to speak, and relied heavily on him. But you still felt it was a Klopp team. I'm worried that Klopp has lost his way a little bit, dare to say, or just allowed another man basically to come in his yard. Basically, man was supposed to be sleeping on the airbed for like 2 weeks, and now man's went and bought his own furniture and is sitting down, and now Jurgen Klopp is asking for the key to get into his own yard. I don't know, bro. You told me how you feel about it, bro.
So I see it 2 ways. Pep Lijnders for me has been a problem for a little while, and I think you'll recall maybe about a year ago, I said that I think Buvac played a better brand of football, and I think Buvac is a better number 2. And I got ripped for it because no one was seeing where I was coming from. And at that time, I wasn't even upset with Lijnders. I wasn't saying he was rubbish. I was just saying Lijnders on the resume side, all right, here's the first thing. When I say Buvac over Lijnders, the first thing people will say is, oh yeah, but Buvac didn't win a Champions League in the Premier League. Pep did. And my first rebuttal to that is, what team did Buvac have? Because Buvac's team, I say Buvac under Klopp, we got to a Champions League final in 17-18. Buvac's team had Karius, first season Robbo, first season Trent effectively, Lovren, no disrespect to some of these people, Emre Can, Milner, Lallana, an injured Ox. If you gave Buvac the team that Lijnders had in their peak, Buvac does the same, probably even better. Now, that being said, though, I've got to bring up this comment, and this is more of a rhetorical. Is there a hate agenda going against Lijnders? And again, I'm not even sticking up for Lijnders. Everyone knows my feelings towards it. But is there such a hate agenda towards Lijnders because no one wants to actually blame Klopp? Because let's be real, Matt. Your analogy was perfect. But at the same time, Klopp still let him bring furniture to the house. Klopp still let him move from the airbed to the spare room and now in his room. Pause. So it's like, yeah, Klopp is doing the madness and Lijnders is doing the madness, but Klopp's letting Lijnders do a madness.
I was hoping it was going to be better. Your internet's going a bit. Yeah. You're kind of cutting in and out.
All right, give me 1 sec. I'm going to switch to the extender.
No, that's cool. Listen, while you're just sorting that out, people, listen. What Carl's trying to say, I fully understand, because when you actually deep it, Jurgen Klopp is supposed to be the manager, and not only that, Jurgen Klopp is the one.
Cut you, bro. Am I good now?
You seem good now. Yeah, you seem good now.
Cool.
Yeah, you seem good now. Cool. But yeah, sorry, finish what you can say, bro.
No, I was saying, so yeah, Lijnders is doing a madness, but all right, here's the perfect analogy I'd use. If I was coming on here, Matt, and every time I came on here, I was saying derogatory stuff about people, the first time you and Drift would be like, "Rah, why is Callum doing that?" The second time, you'd probably go, "Cal, allow it, man." You'd probably do that on stream. The third time I do it, off stream, you're going to be like, "Cal, that needs to stop. If it don't stop, you're cut. You're gone. Like, can't be doing and disrespecting people like that. You can't be saying derogatory stuff." So if Klopp's allowing it to happen, Klopp's just as bad because he's not saying no and he's not stopping it. So Lijnders is bad for what he's doing because he's not helping us. And he's the man who wants to be up in the video. He wants everyone to hear his voice. He wants to be seen at every party.
Yeah.
But Klopp is just like, he's standing there and letting it happen. Like, what are we doing there?
This is the bit where I think we were speaking, obviously, off air, innit? We had the phone call before, which one was prepping the show. And this is the one thing that I think we both kind of agreed on, and correct me if I'm wrong. We feel like Klopp is basically like he's loosened his own grip on his own team. He's allowed someone else kind of like to have too much say, have too much power. And
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you in terms of the Lijnders hate, because let's be real. Okay, Lijnders may have done things wrong and his influence may be growing, but the manager's supposed to be still Jurgen Klopp. So that's where Jurgen Klopp has to put his foot down and say, listen, I respect everything you've done, Pep. You're still my guy, but remember whose team this is and remember this is what I want to do. But the more and more I start to look at certain things, whether it's transfers, whether it's style of play, which we'll get into, whether it's you know, even in the media, like, bro, do
Talking
you
a
know so
lot.
crazy? I'm trying to remember the quote, people. Jurgen Klopp was asked a question. That's it. Jurgen Klopp was asked a question about transfers. Do you know what Jurgen Klopp said? I like Pep Lijnders' answer. We don't talk about our transfers in the public or something. We did it behind closed. And I was thinking, you're quoting your assistant, bro. Like, what's happened here? Have you lot swapped bodies or something? The thing is, Klopp is still the manager. Don't get twisted. But do you know what it is, Cal? I think he's befriended Lijnders, like how you should. But what it is, though, is that just in my opinion, it's blindsided some of his decisions. Like, it's almost in a weird way made Klopp, like, we're talking about the ruthlessness, bro. Klopp
We'll
don't
speak.
seem
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
okay, but we'll leave
Yeah.
that. But we'll just talk about decision making, bro. Like, you're Jurgen Klopp. You know how you want your team to play. When you first came to Liverpool, you identified everything that you needed. Pep Lijnders wasn't even there at that point. So it's you and Buvac. Now, I'm not trying to say Buvac didn't have a massive say as well, but I'm pretty sure the reason why they
Lijnders was there while Buvac was there, by the way.
but Lijnders weren't really. Remember, he was with Gerrard and them, man. There, innit? In the
And
under.
apparently, a big reason for Buvac moving on was because of the whole Linda situation.
This is what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. And again, this isn't the Lijnders hate show. It's not, because one thing I think I need to stress again before anyone tries to run away with a narrative, Lijnders has actually helped us. He has. There's no saying he hasn't helped us. The problem is that you can help someone and then you can go overboard, and do you know what I mean? And like, you almost lose your way. Like, he's been given a platform by a great manager, and he's ran with it. And because Lijnders is a nice guy, Klopp's a nice guy, it worries me that Klopp doesn't know how to rein him back in. Like, bro, just say to him, remember whose team this is, right? Even if it's a joking thing, bro, just remind him who you are, what you would like to do. Another cause for concern, Cal, is, and I don't know if this is on the agenda, it probably was. There was a quote from Jurgen Klopp where he said something about, yeah, the reason why I signed a new deal is because obviously there's building to do, and for the medium and long term, obviously kind of into, so basically to try and set up the new team. Bro, it looks like you just let Lijnders set up the team for him.
Is that because Lijnders is going to be the one taking over?
If I was a betting man, if you're a betting man right now, I'm not saying things, obviously football can change very quickly, very, very quickly. But as things stand right now, you'd have to say Lijnders looks like he's going to be the next Liverpool manager, you know? You'd have to. Don't get me wrong, football can change, Cal. We could get new owners and they want a new regime. That happens in football. But if you're just a betting man right now, as we speak, Cal, you would look at it and go, Lijnders is probably going to be the next Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
Bro, his fingerprints are over everything. Cody Gakpo, Luis D. And again, when I say these names and players and transfers, Cal, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying, but this is Lijnders. This ain't Klopp. This is Lijnders. I don't know. There's something else I nearly said as well about a certain player, but we'll get onto that. That there might change my whole tone, bro.
Yeah. So you mentioned about the player acquisition. Here's another thing. Some of the players you alluded to, not saying they're not Klopp players, but Jota was highly spoken of by Lijnders. We signed Jota. Gakpo, a couple months before we signed him, before we even thought we'd sign him, there was rumors and there was articles coming out saying that Pep Lijnders says he's the missing piece of the puzzle. Like, and then we signed Gakpo. It's like, does he have this much influence? And if so, is Klopp just a case of, I want people around me who are yes men? Because if we're gonna sit there and blame Lijnders, but blame FSG, and a lot of the people say FSG aren't doing what they need to be doing because they're too hands off, isn't Klopp doing the same with Lijnders then? Because if Klopp's overseeing the team, because that's his job, to be the manager of the team, to get results, to get wins, trophies, etc. If he's not doing that because he's putting his trust into his coaching staff
Mm.
and they're not coming up with the results, in the same way when people are quick to dash FSG under the bus when we lose, why isn't this happening with Klopp then? And again, I'm not even FSG. We'll speak about FSG because everyone knows my stance on FSG. I want them gone. Dislike the people. Want them gone. But this whole protection of Klopp, I'm gonna be real. I don't get it, man.
Klopp gets a lot of protection because he's seen as the godfather, the holy grail. He won us the Premier League and he won us the Champions League. So he's almost, to some people, immune to criticism, which I think is unfair because as great as Jurgen Klopp is, he makes mistakes and he's making mistakes right now. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, yeah. It's starting to even make me think, and you don't want to think too hard about certain things, Carl, but bro, Michael Edwards left. Michael Edwards took a break, and it looks like Michael Edwards is probably going to come back next season with another club. It looks like it anyway. So you're like, all right, cool. Maybe just he wanted something different. Within 12 months, Julian Ward has now said he wants to leave.
All right.
Yeah? All right, cool. Big up both of them for different reasons. Michael Edwards for setting us off on Michael Edwards set the platform for us to even do what we're doing right now in terms of players coming in and players going out. Michael Edwards done an amazing job, by the way. He's done an amazing job. Let's take nothing away from Michael Edwards, godfather in this thing. Because when Michael Edwards was doing this thing, everyone was looking at us as a model. Like I said, Julian Ward then comes in next, bro. Julian Ward just started, and all of a sudden he said he wants out. Then you're hearing reports today, and again, I don't work for the feds. I'm just looking at what we've been given. Julian, and then you're thinking to yourself, Julian wants to go. Then you're hearing reports from creditable journalists. Yeah, Pep Lijnders and Klopp have a massive say in transfers. So you're like, okay, cool, kind of to be predicted. But then at the same time, Julian Wood is leaving, and then I'm reading things like not Ward. I'm getting it. Yeah, Ward. Sorry, not Ward. What's his man's name? Lijnders has a massive say in transfers. All the names we just mentioned, he wanted them all. Who's to say that Julian Ward wasn't the one that was like, these are the players I think we should get. These are the deals I can get. And their man were just like, nah, we're doing it our way. Bun that. But at this point, I don't even know whether they're isolating the sporting director saying they just want to do what they want to do. I have no idea at this point, bro, if I'm being honest with you. Because I find it a bit weird that we're losing 2 sporting directors in the space of 2 years. That's crazy. Or in a year. I'm trying to do the maths quick. But that's crazy. And we don't even know. Like, yeah, we're going to talk about the net. I know the Matap. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about
we'll get
players.
to that, man.
We'll get to that, people.
Another thing I want to
speak
about.
I just find it weird, bro. Yeah, go on.
The tactics and the first team training. Apparently, he oversees the first team training. And we spoke about this again offline. That's not massively uncommon for managers to let their assistants. Apparently, Arteta was very hands-on at Man City with Pep Guardiola. All of Alex Ferguson's number 2s, they were very hands-on with training. So this isn't a weird thing to be hands-on about training.
Yeah. Of course.
But where do you draw the line? Where does it become who's actually the manager and who's actually the assistant? And look, I'm not even gonna. No, do you know what? I'm gonna save it later on in the show.
Yeah, just save it. Save it if you need to talk about it.
But you look at his club when he was in Holland. I think it was NEC he was managing. And he got sacked.
Yeah.
So much of how his team played in Holland when he got sacked is how much Liverpool are playing right now. Salah hugging the touchline, the passing from side to side, the lack of intensity in midfield. Like, all of this is just right in our face right now. So whose tactics are we actually using? Because this to me is not.
Have you got the graphic? Have you got the graphic, or should I try and see if I can bring it
in? What's that one?
It's the intensity one. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Let me see if I can. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send it in the group, and then you add it. Yeah. Basically, what I'm gonna send you, is something so bizarre, and when I say bizarre, it's because it doesn't match with what we're being told. Yeah. So if we're going to be told one thing, but then we're doing another thing, something is clearly missing. I've just sent it in the group now. Yeah. If you could add that, bro. Pep Lijnders loves to talk about intensity. And we're gonna bring up in a minute, people, the graphic that we're gonna show you, yeah. But we've been one of the least intense teams this season, just in general, or it's dipped off like drastically. Now we could sit here and say, "Oh, midfield is a massive problem," which it is, by the way. Maybe the players can't do it anymore. But then why don't you address that or change the way of playing that can suit the players? Liverpool, it seems like have gone to a more, what can I say, technical type team, or have tried to, yeah. But the problem is we haven't got the technical type players to do that. The players that were originally brought in were supposed to be powerhouses mixed with a bit of technical ability. Thiago being the anomaly. Hence, when you go and look at our best 11 over the years, you would say it was in the midfield, it was always a Fabinho, a Wijnaldum, and maybe even a James Milner. That three there, or sorry, yeah, Henderson. Sorry, probably our most like our best middle three. Here's the thing that kills it for me. We brought in Thiago to add, so we've got the base of being a powerhouse, being intensive. Thiago's just supposed to add spice, bro. We brought in Thiago, and then for one season we thought, okay, this looks like it's going well because last season we won 2 trophies, and then since then it's just gone, bro. There's no intensity. The players can't even keep up. Fabinho's playing like he's 39. Henderson looks like he's fallen. I don't want to say fall off a cliff because what I'm trying to say is the players haven't. There's nothing wrong with the players' abilities. It's either they're sick and tired of hearing these instructions that just don't suit them anymore. And if that's the case, you then need to find players that are going to listen to you, or you need to change the way of playing. Bro, it's like we're half in, half out. Man want to talk about intensity, but we're not intensive. Man want to talk about, oh yeah, like
on that note, I'll bring up the graphic as well.
Bro, look at this, bro. I mean,
so
look,
this
bro,
is
falling off a cliff.
Raw. So for anyone who can't see this or is just listening to some audio, there's a graphic up at the moment. Losing intensity is called, aptly titled. Liverpool's Premier League ranking for distance, sprints, and high-speed runs has fallen compared to the last season. So in 18-19, we ranked first for distance covered and sprints, and I think that's second for high-speed runs. In 2021, that fell to, it looks like, mid-table, so 10th for distance, and sprints and high-speed runs were made 6th and 7th, respectively. As we are right now, we're 11th for high-speed runs, 14th for distance covered, and 16th for sprints.
Cal, how many teams in the league, Cal?
20.
There's only 4 teams that are worse than us in that specific category. We can't move. Hence why we've gone to a technical team. We actually can't move. And this is why I find it even more bizarre. Listen, I want to stress this actually. I think Gakpo, in my opinion, is actually going to be a very good signing. What I'm baffled about is that these stats that we're just showing you, they have that. They've had that all season, last season, season before. They see this all the time. Did they not think a midfielder was more important? Now, we can still go and get midfielder, which is absolutely cool. That's cool with me. But what I would have done if I'm Liverpool, go and get the midfielder first. And if you can get Gakpo, that's an added bonus. Because the midfield, bro, is a major, major, major issue. I struggle to understand, bro, that a team like Liverpool have just gone away from their principles and have just neglected it and just gone, we'll be okay. We'll be okay with the players that we have because they're so good. Bro, football doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Football, as we know, is about cycles. In my opinion, our cycle started in 17-18 when we got to a Champions League final. And then we kind of kicked on, obviously, won a Champions League the following year, 18-19. And then obviously won the Premier League in 19-20. And obviously, last season we won the 2 cups. So that was our good cycle. We were supposed to still be within our cycle, I'll probably say, for the next 2 years. And I feel like we've really gone and spoiled it by lack of movement in the transfer market and lack of tactical awareness in terms of looking at the players at your disposal and making actual changes. Bro, like, It's frustrating, man. It's really frustrating.
Well, that leads us nicely with the transfers onto someone else. Matt, look away now, bro. You ain't gonna want to see this part of the show. I'm sorry. I know how it feels for Liverpool not signing a player that you really want them to sign. What I don't know is having a player that I really want to sign being rejected by the team. Matt, I'm not going to lie. Shout out to Luke Tanner, who actually sent me the graphic this morning.
I can cry, bro. I'm not even joking. Man, for depressed. You know what?
Emotional damage.
When I got that article come through to me this morning, the first thing I did was forward it on to you because I did not want you to be at work or on the way to work, scrolling through and see that news while you're by yourself. And again, I'm not even going to say we went back and forth with Nkunku. I'm not going to start sitting here and act like I'm his biggest fan. What I won't do, though, is sit there and say, if we needed another wide player, which we did in the summer, which we're only getting now, and apparently the choice was between him and Núñez, I understand why we went for Núñez. Don't know if I agree. Matt, the floor is yours, bro.
Firstly, this is nothing to do with Núñez. It's more to do with Liverpool rejecting the deal or just not being interested. In my honest opinion, we're gonna make man break down live on air, fam. Bro, I don't know what to say. All I can say is this, bro. Liverpool made a decision to go with Darwin Núñez for this type or style of player. So I understand when you say style of player because they're two different players. One is like an out-and-out 9, gonna run in behind kind of player, very aggressive, and the other one plays more like a false 9 and can also play on the wings. He's a multifunctional player. I've always said I think Nkunku is the guy in it. I've said that for a while. And even if he goes Chelsea and doesn't do well, I'm really not that bothered because I want him to flop at Chelsea anyway. That's for starters.
Yeah, of course. If he bangs at Chelsea,
yeah, if he bangs, then it's I swear to God, I'll flipping find Pep Lijnders and talk to him. But you see the Nkunku thing. The reason why I'm struggling to understand it is because we was offered the deal because we have a great we have a great sort of relationship with RB. It stems from Sadio Mane, Minamino, Naby Keita, Kanate. So they know when they got a player and they're like, listen, we know how you take care of a player, so to speak. Here's a player you might be interested in. You're gonna tell me it's a no. Nkunku can do the false 19. If you wanted a Roberto Firmino sort of long-term replacement, I think he would have been perfect for that. If you want someone to play on the wings, I think he would have been perfect for that as well. So even the Cody Gakpo thing, who I still think is going to be a good player, this is no shade on Gakpo either, by the way. I'm just talking about, it doesn't make sense to me that a player of his caliber, you've rejected that when you had the opportunity to get him. Because even if you didn't want to get him because of the Núñez thing, why not even try and explore that later on down the line? But clearly you just didn't want him. You wanted to go in a different direction. Bro, again, when I'm reading things like Klopp and Lijnders rejected, now Klopp is one thing. What the hell was Lijnders rejecting his transfer? But what's Lijnders got to do with this transfer, bro? What has Pep Lijnders got to do with these transfers? The man's gonna come out here and say Cody Gakpo's the missing link. And again, I'm not shading Gakpo. I think Gakpo will actually succeed. I think Gakpo will do very well, by the way. I think he might be like a Jota, believe it or not, and just go in a madness. I hope so. But my thing is, bro, Nkunku is so diverse in what he can do. He can do so much that I think to myself, if this was the old Jurgen Klopp would have snapped your hand up and taken him. Why? He would look at him like a Swiss Army knife on crack. I mean, I don't know, bro. Maybe I shouldn't say crack. Maybe a Swiss Army knife with bare sugar or something. I don't know. Bare Haribo's just on the Swiss Army knife, bro. But I'm telling you, it would have been a madness, bro. That's all I know. And I'm just
Alright.
annoyed that we didn't get him, bro. Can't be
I'm
like
not going to look at the screen when I say this because I don't want to make eye contact with Matt. Hindsight's a beautiful thing, obviously. I fully understand why we went for Núñez as opposed to Nkunku in the summer, though. Hear me out. And the reason I say that is because I think we wanted to move away from the false nine. Matt, stop staring down the lens, bro.
I'm just listening, bro. I'm just listening. For all the people that just listen to the audio, I'm just listening.
I understand it because I think we wanted to move away from the false nine. What I will say, and this is where FSG come into it, and this is the whole narrative, and this is where I don't know what happens behind the scenes, obviously. Why not get both then? Why not get a Núñez and an Nkunku who can cover both wings in the same way Gakpo can, apparently? Why not do that then? If we know he was going to leave the club, if we know Nkunku could do that stuff, why not then get both? Because for me, if you're putting all your eggs in the Núñez basket, and I'll be very transparent when I say this, Núñez isn't the guy right now. In a year or two, Núñez absolutely could be the guy. But you know why Núñez isn't working now and why it's going to be a problem for us right now? Because we haven't got enough players in the team who are the guy right now. So everything's coming on to Núñez. Because if we still had a Jota who was fine, I don't think Núñez is a problem right now because Núñez is coming off the bench 60th minute and slapping in goals because he's running at tired defenses. But at 60 minutes now, Núñez is running at tired defenses, but guess what? He's also knackered as well because he's been running for the last 59 minutes.
Bro, you made a very valid point. Here's the thing, bro. It hasn't got to be one or the other. Just get both. Just get both. Bro, here's the thing. I don't want to stress this one more time. Cody Gakpo hasn't even kicked a ball. I don't want to see no slander on Cody Gakpo because for starters, I think he's a quality player. Secondly, I feel like we need to give this guy all the support he needs because, again, look how hard it was for Núñez. I hope Cody Gakpo finds it a lot easier. But all I'm doing is sitting here thinking is that a player of his quality, in my opinion, you don't say no to. You just don't, bro. Because again, like, bro, this guy can pretty much do it all from an attacking sense. He's a different player to Núñez. They're different players. Like how Firmino is a different player to Núñez. They're just different. But what I'm saying is, bro, he adds so much quality to our team. Do you know what would be so mad with Jurgen Klopp here? The old Klopp. When we bought Gini Wijnaldum, bro, Gini Wijnaldum was playing 10/left mid for Newcastle. Yeah. And when we started playing him 6 and 8, I was thinking, Jurgen, you've lost your mind. What are you doing? And look what happened with Gini Wijnaldum. The story's been written. Gini Wijnaldum got converted into one of the best CMs that we've had it for a minute, and it was helping us be successful. I don't know what he would have done with Nkunku. Maybe he would have converted him back into the 8 where he was at PSG and started off at Leipzig, maybe a 10, maybe false 9. I don't know. But all I know is that the old Jurgen Klopp would have looked at that and gone, like when we got Origi and gone, we're going to have fun with this player. I miss that Jurgen, bro. The Jurgen that stood up there, press conference, White Hart Lane, Divock Origi, how did you know he's going to get him? I just came here. By the way, my club impression is really bad, but I'm going to try and do it anyway. I just came here. The Origi, we're going to have fun with this player. Bro, that's all. I remember when he said that, and I was like, this is my manager. Man said we're going to have fun, you know. He's about it. Now all I hear from Jurgen Klopp is, and again, I love Jurgen Klopp. I'm not trying to say for him to leave or anything like that. Yeah. I'm just saying this is where I have to have a go at Klopp because these are the things I'm annoyed about with him. Do you know what I mean? Still going 5-1, but I'm just annoyed with him. Man will say things like, everyone keeps on getting mad about talking about transfer. We have players. But then last week you're telling us, I'm not against spending. If it's the right player, right time, we will spend. Oh, everybody knows how we work. It's always been like this. Bro, which one is it? What did you just keep saying different things? Yeah. I don't know, bro. And I know my Jurgen Klopp impression is really bad, people. I know it's bad. It's the worst, in fact. I can't. But it's just one of them things where in my brain, I think I sound like him and I don't. What I'm trying to say, though, is this, people. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Jurgen Klopp is confusing the hell out of you. Because for me, he's contradicting a lot.
We're
And
gonna
we
get
still
onto
love,
it, Matt. We're gonna get
we
onto
still
it.
love Klopp, by the way. He's just contradicting a lot, and it makes me feel like, bro, what's going on with you? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
On that, two things I think we have to highlight there. One, Genie Wijnaldum is
Bro.
finally getting the respect that he deserved when he was a Liverpool player.
You know what?
And for all the people out there that cussed me, Matt, and Drifty about loving Wijnaldum,
Yep.
if you didn't believe us then, do you believe us now? Because so many people slander this guy, says, oh, he doesn't get enough goals, doesn't get enough assists. Where are you people now? Where are you now? We were right to let him go. He's holding us back. What's going on now? Where are you at? Because I tell you what, you put Genie Wijnaldum in this team right now, we're doing better than what we're doing. And again, just to be clear, if Genie left, he still should have been replaced. But Genie Wijnaldum was the most disrespected player I've seen maybe in the last 10 years at Liverpool Football Club for what he did for this club.
Man sacrificed himself, bro.
As I said on the other stream the other day, we've got a lot of fans in our fan base who deserve what we're getting. A lot. Absolute joke. The second thing I'll say is, and this is a hypothetical question now, obviously, and a shout out to Jamrock who said this. If Nkunku came in the summer as well as Nunes, would you be all right? Would you have been all right with losing Firmino?
Me personally,
yeah,
it would have hurt, but I would have been like, okay, I understand it. It would have hurt because I think Firmino's a Liverpool. For me, he's a legend, isn't it? He's a legend. But it would have hurt, but I would have accepted it painfully because I would have understood it. It makes sense, Cal. If it doesn't make sense, that's when you kind of get mad. It would have made sense to me because you're trying to replace the player with a younger version, so to speak. Do you know what I'm saying? How about you, bro?
Yeah, I would have. You know my thing. I love Firmino, but my first love is Liverpool Football Club. If it came out tomorrow that Salah was the one holding us back, I'm selling Salah. If it came out tomorrow that Jurgen Klopp's the one holding us back, Klopp's got to go. If it came out tomorrow that FSG are holding us back, I want them gone. If it came out tomorrow that Alisson Becker is doing a madness behind the scenes, which is affecting Liverpool Football Club, I want him gone. My first love is Liverpool Football Club. No player, no manager, no man is bigger than the club. Until we get around that, then we're going to be in this position for a little while. It seems as though certain people can't be criticized and certain people can't be let go of. But on that note, we got to move on to the real big elephant in the room. Let's go. Jurgen. Before we get on to his comments, though, Matt, I want to ask you a question. Oh, in fact, I'm gonna throw some things at you here.
Yeah, go on.
When Klopp first came to Liverpool, he was extremely ruthless. Extremely ruthless.
Very.
I remember us having Joe Allen, and he was playing brilliant up until the end of the season where we got to the Europa League final. Sold in the summer. A bag of players were sold. Gone. Sacco, one or couple mistakes in the training camp. Gone.
Done.
No hesitation. You look at Liverpool now. When was the last time we sold a player who didn't ask to leave? Now, serious question. When was the last time we sold a player who didn't ask to leave?
I was going to say Minamino, but I think he asked to leave.
He asked to leave. Minamino asked to move.
Boy, I don't think we've never done it, bro. Every player that's left Liverpool has wanted to leave.
Sorry, I'll rephrase the question. When was the last time we sold a player who... I'm not talking about contracts running out, by the way, because I'm going to get onto that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about... In fact, I'm going to go from the beginning of the 2018 season. When was the last time we sold a player
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave.
From 2018, bro. I can't think of anybody.
I see
No,
a lot of people
Lovren.
saying
Someone said Lovren wanted to leave.
Lovren wanted to leave. Lovren wanted to leave from the
The
year
year
before.
before. Klopp said, "Can you stay for one more year?"
Players have either left Liverpool because they wanted to leave Liverpool or because their contracts ran out. Contracts running out. Moreno, Gini Wijnaldum. Kabak was on loan, so he was never going to stay.
Yeah, it's a loan.
You could
thing,
maybe say Ben Davies, but let's be honest, Ben Davies never played for Liverpool. Ryan Brewster wanted to leave Liverpool.
Yeah. Klopp has never sold anyone against their wishes. Do you know that? When you actually, basically, that's the best way of saying it. If a player wants to stay, Klopp ain't getting rid of them. Find me a player that go.
When Klopp comes out in press conference and says the purse strings are tight, everyone's quick to jump on and be like, yeah, I knew it was FSG. I knew it was FSG. These men are holding him back, fighting with one hand tied behind his back. They're shackling him. It's wrong. And I agree with it. I do think he is fighting with one hand behind his back. But when Klopp also comes out and says, I'm not going to sell a player unless that player wants to leave or comes and says they want to leave, why are we so quick to turn a blind eye to that? When the proof's in the pudding.
Klopp has said
Nico Williams wanted to leave. He asked to leave.
No, he asked to leave. Do you know, actually, I'm going to be honest, that's kind of worrying that a manager has said that not just one time, he said it more than once. I'll sell a player if he wants to.
Hold that there now, Matt.
Yeah.
How many midfielders have we signed in the last 4 years?
One, Thiago.
How many have we lost?
Gini Wijnaldum. Emre Can?
No, that wasn't in 4 years. Last 4 years, we're talking 2019.
Oh, 2019. We ain't lost none.
Apart from
Gini Wijnaldum.
And how many we brought in?
One. Do you know what the killer thing is? Thiago was brought in when Wijnaldum was still there.
Because he was almost knowing that the contract weren't going to get sorted, right?
He was Gini's replacement, theoretically, like not skill set, but just body for body, so to speak. Pause.
So, how many centre backs have we brought in that time since 2019?
Ibu. Since 2019, just Ibu, innit?
Ibu. How many have we sold?
Oh, Lovren.
So it's 1 for 1 again, yeah?
Yeah.
How many right backs? I'm cooking. I'm in my bag tonight. How many right backs?
Yeah, your bag still, you know. Just is it Kleiny? Klein?
No. Kleiny was gone at the end of the
right back.
Klein, but his contract ran out.
Who was the right back?
Nico was there after.
So Nico for Ramsey.
Yeah, so 1 for 1 again.
Yeah.
Left backs.
Can't you forget about Seth Vandenberg and Cametio?
No, they're loaned out. They're still part of the club.
No, I said we brought them in since 2018. I think it is.
No.
It's even a joke.
Yeah.
Let's not even.
Yeah.
Them man, they don't count.
Left backs, Moreno out, Tsimikas in.
Yeah.
Up top, who have we lost?
Origi, Minamino, and Shaq. Who do we bring in?
And Mane.
Oh, yeah. So that's 4. Is that 4, yeah?
That's 4.
That's 4, yeah?
Yeah.
You ready for it? Diaz.
Yeah.
Nunez.
Yeah.
Gakpo.
Yeah.
And who's the other one? Jota.
I'm going to ask the question again.
1 for 1.
And I'll ask the question again.
Man said the ratio is 1 for 1, you know.
I'm not sitting here defending FSG because they're rotten. They're rotten. They are. But we are a reactive team as opposed to a proactive team. Twice we've been proactive. Diaz and flipping and Thiago.
Yeah.
Thiago one, the deal was too good to not take. And Luis Diaz, we did that simply because another team were going to get the player first. Everything else has been reactive. Sell Nico, you bring in Calvin Ramsey. Let Moreno go. Wait a season with Milner at left back, then you bring in Tsimikas. Someone goes, someone comes in. So when Jurgen Klopp turns around and says he doesn't need a midfielder, doesn't want a midfielder, and no one's leaving because Jurgen Klopp's turned around and says, I'm not going to sell anyone unless they come to me and say they want to leave the club, but instead you let contracts run out. Even if you are the richest club in the world, that is still not a good model to have. Because Man City don't do that.
Facts.
Man City sold Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and Zinchenko in one summer, people.
Yeah.
Man City didn't need to sell them. Man City could have turned around to all three of them and says, no, you're going to stay here for another season. We're still going to bring in Haaland and Julian Alvarez, by the way. You're going to stay here for one season because we want to keep you. Chelsea, they sell players. Why are we the only team that look at our midfield and go, also, why is it our staff are the only team that look at the midfield and go, that's all right? And for anyone in the comments saying, oh, this is an agenda driven against Klopp, if it's an agenda, tell me what I'm saying is wrong. Show me
There's
the
no
facts
agenda.
where what I'm saying is wrong.
There's
I
no
would
agenda.
love to be proven wrong right now. I'm Klopp in. I'm a Klopp guy. But someone tell me, what am I saying that's incorrect? You can throw the word agenda at me, but someone tell me what I'm saying is wrong. Because it's so easy to say this is an agenda. And I'm not even going to call you out who you are, but you're writing in capitals saying an agenda, an agenda. Tell me what I'm saying is an agenda.
There's no agendas, bro.
Go on. Why are we brought in more than one midfielder if we ain't got rid of more than one?
You know what it is?
Tell me what the agenda is.
People don't like the fact of, like I said this before, yeah, these are conversations you don't want to have, innit? Because you're questioning a man that's done more than what we've had for so long. So every man, and rightly so, is backing him, yeah? Cool. Pause. But what we're doing here is we're asking questions, and we're allowed to ask questions. The last time I checked, Klopp still eats food, goes toilet, and he walks and breathes like us. He's a human being, isn't it? He's still a human. No human is perfect. Just because he's Liverpool manager, don't make him perfect.
No one's above the club.
Exactly. And he's making mistakes. It's okay to call him out on his mistakes, people. It's actually okay. No one here is Klopp out. We're all Klopp in. All we're saying is we hope that he addresses the mistakes that he's been making. Because if he doesn't address these mistakes, then we've got an even bigger problem. And that's when that uncomfortable conversation might have to be had. And you don't really want that. No one wants that. He's won us the Premier League and the Champions League and the FA Cup and Carling Cup. This guy, in my whole life, has given me some of the best football I've seen Liverpool play.
He's my favourite manager of all time now.
And bought me the best players I've seen in the flesh to play for Liverpool. I don't want him gone. But one thing I do want us to do, though, people, as a fan base, I want us to be fair. I get it. Our owners, they're doo-doo. We know they're doo-doo. They're so doo-doo that even on the other side of the Atlantic, they've got the Boston Red Sox doing a whole heap of madness, and their own fans are booing them now. They got their own problems. But let's just leave them out the way for now. We know what they are. But we got to talk about what's in front of us. That's our manager. Because right now, FSG don't pick a team sheet. They are trying to sell the club. We understand that, or they're trying to get investment, whatever it is. But Jurgen Klopp is making errors that we can't ignore, people. We can't ignore them. And in my opinion, as great as he is, he's given, in my opinion, his friend a little bit too much power to kind of roll with the thing. And I think that's a bad move, in my opinion.
And you know what, Marcel, I'm gonna say your name, but look, and this is me being straight here. Marcel, it's all love. You've got a difference of opinion to me. I've got a difference of opinion to you. So we're going to keep this civil. And for anyone in the chat, please don't have a go at Marcel because he's got a difference of opinion. Let him explain himself. But Marcel, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because you've asked me a couple of questions. So it's only right I come back, right? You're saying he doesn't pick... You're saying he's the manager, not the owners. Leeds, Nottingham Forest, and Brentford. I'm not going to say Man United, and I'm not going to say any other team. I'm just going to use those 3 teams: Leeds, Brentford, and Nottingham Forest. Did we have a team on paper good enough? Or in fact, no, scrap that. Do we have a better team than those 3 teams? And if so, why is it that we lost those teams? And if you tell me it's because of signings or lack of transfers, then I'm going to say respectfully, you're absolutely wrong. It's because of bad tactics and personnel choices. Also, when you're saying it's the lack of investment from the owners, yeah, I agree. But when the owners and Julian Ward say in the summer, you need a centre midfielder, and Klopp goes, I don't want anyone, and then comes out after that and says, I was wrong, we do need a midfielder, and we end up with Artur, that's not the owners, that's Jurgen Klopp. When the manager comes out and says, I'm not going to sell anyone, namely, I'm not going to sell Ox, I'm not going to sell Naby, I'm not going to sell Curtis Jones, who got a contract extension till 2027, may I add. That's not the owners. And if anyone here can tell me what Curtis Jones has done to get a 4-year extension on his contract, feel free to speak in the comments now. And I'm all ears. Because no one can tell me what I'm saying is a lie. Tell me. I'm all ears. Please tell me. And I'm FSG out, by the way. But you know what I can do? I can take off the red tinted glasses. And you know what I can do? I can look at things objectively. Do you know why? Because I believe in fairness. So even if I don't like someone, for example, if they've been wrong done, then I'm still going to call it out and say they've been wrong done, even if I don't like them. Because that's called being fair. I do not want FSG at Liverpool at 9:10 this evening UK time. But hey-ho, they're going to be here. I want Liverpool to keep Jurgen Klopp until his contract runs out or until he wants to do. And you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to tell lies. I'm not going to create a narrative that suits Jurgen Klopp or Jurgen Klopp is a god, because he's not. He's a human being. Is he better at knowing about football than me? Absolutely. He's the best, or in my opinion, the best manager in world football. But let's not sit here right now and act like he's not doing an absolute madness, which is driving Liverpool down in the league. Oh, and let me also say, what happens if we don't get top 4? You think we're going to get Bellingham? No. Do you think we're going to sign top players? No. This sets us back years if we don't get top 4, because we ain't going to spend like Chelsea. We ain't going to spend like Man United. So don't sit here and tell me I've got an agenda when I'm giving you fact after fact after fact after fact after fact after fact, and all I'm getting back is it's an agenda. Hit me with some facts, then I'll shut up.
Carl, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm fed up with it, man.
You're cooking up some.
I love Klopp. I don't know how many times I have to say it. You think I want to be on here asking these questions about Klopp? You think I want to be on there, bruv? Come on, man.
Sorry, Jamrock. I didn't realize I didn't really scare you. No, but Carl, you're cooking up the place. No, man can actually smell the curry, though.
It's ridiculous. This whole narrative of let's just attack FSG every single time. Yeah, I didn't hear no one attacking FSG when we win games. When we win games, it's all let's glorify Klopp. But as soon as we lose, it's FSG's fault. No, it's not. We've got to stop doing this as a fan base. We have to stop doing this as a fan base. It cannot always be on the owners. Sometimes you have to look at home before you look outside. And Marcel, again, this isn't just directed at you, but you are asking me the question. So don't get it twisted. Your favorite content, I tune every stream. Respect for that, bro. The Klopp agenda every stream is nuts. What agenda? Again, bro, with all due respect, you're throwing out the word agenda. Can you please, respectfully, bro, I'm asking you, I'm staring at you now, Marcel. Can you please tell me what I've said tonight that is incorrect? And please, can you show me a rebuttal? Bruv, DM me, email, do whatever you can. Send me a link to something that says what I'm saying is absolutely wrong. And then, bruv, I will sit here on stream and I'll say, Marcel, you were right. I, Callum Sanderson, am absolutely wrong. I want to do that, Marcel, but I can't, bro. because the facts are in front of me and they stink right now. They stink, bro.
Bro, I can't lie. You see what you
Like,
just said?
and
yeah?
again, sorry to cut you, man.
No,
And
no, no,
again,
cool, bro. No, no,
for
go.
everyone's saying Klopp's got credit in the bank. I hear that. But you guys are the same one saying that when Henderson should be getting dropped because he's not having good games. Because let's be honest, Henderson's got hella credit in the bank. But Henderson has one bad game in it. Bench him. So why is it that we have this difference of opinions for these different people? Are we not? You'll never walk alone. Is it not everyone's the same? No? Or is it one person can do up a madness all the time and get away with it and someone else does one little thing, boom, it's done. Please help me out. Help me understand people because I don't right now. I don't. It's absolutely killing me. And speaking of Henderson, everyone's spoken about, Henderson's new contract and all this. Klopp was the reason Henderson got a new contract. The owners didn't want to give him a new contract. Henderson got a new contract for 4 years on a pay rise.
I wanted you to stress that, you know.
On a pay rise.
No, Cal. What's the key thing in he's now
Making
one of the
highest earners at the club. Guys, what are we doing here? Why is it incorrect for me to call out Jurgen Klopp when he's doing up a madness? Why is it that you can't call out Virgil van Dijk when he's doing a madness? Is it because these players have so much credit in the bank? Were we that starved of success that now, because we had a taste of success, we are just meant to sit back and say, whatever happens, happens? Because I'm going to be real with you. I ain't doing that. I am not doing that. I refuse to. I was starved for success. Therefore, I want it every time I get a chance to get success now. We all sit here and talk about Liverpool's ethos, this, ethos, that. Where did our ethos... Sorry, bro. Where did the ethos come from?
Yeah.
Anyone in the comments, where did the ethos of Liverpool really come from? It was built by who? Shankly. Do you know what Shankly used to say? Finishing second is not an option. Finishing second's not good enough. Finishing second is a failure. So when you guys are quick to talk about ethos this and ethos that, think about where the ethos came from. Think about the ethos to which this club was built on. First. And I'm not stupid to not understand that you can't always finish first. I'm not stupid. But when I hear Klopp come out today and say we've been spoiled about getting top 4,
bro,
miss me out.
Bro,
spoiled.
Man said spoiled.
Spoiled.
We're big bad Liverpool, and our manager said we're spoiled.
Who else said that, Matt? What other manager said that at another club?
I think his name was Arsene Wenger.
And do you remember when Liverpool fans heard that quote? Do you remember how much we laughed? Do you remember how much we laughed?
We said, look at your manager.
When Wenger said top 4 is like getting a trophy. Remember how much we laughed?
Yeah.
But yet we're backing this now.
We can't be. And this is why when I say it's not an agenda. Because the old Jurgen Klopp wouldn't have... In fact, no, the old Jurgen Klopp might have said that when he first came to Liverpool and saw the squad he had, he might have gone, right, you know what? Yeah, we can't really win the title right now. He's being realistic. But the squad that he built, he knew how good we were. And there are times when I think to myself, do you know what, bro? You've been amazing, but there are things that you could have done a bit different. And if I'm being honest as well, we're going through a hard time right now, and you need your manager to kind of like back you, so to speak. Like you need your manager to kind of be like, listen, we're gonna get through this, innit? We're going through a hard time. Top 4, we're gonna push for that because we should be getting that because we're Liverpool. He shouldn't be saying things like, oh, you guys are spoiled for having top 4. Do you know how difficult it is? We know how difficult it is, bro. We understand that. We understand that the budget that you work on is not acceptable. We understand that. But don't sit there and say we're spoiled, man. We're big, bad Liverpool. You yourself know how much that means to a club like us. In fact, when we got back into the Champions League, I remember Klopp saying something like, until we win it, like no one can even touch the sign as well and things like that. Or was it the Premier League? I'm trying to remember, but
until we won a major trophy.
Yeah, he was just like, you can't be doing them things there. We're Liverpool, we can't be touching the sign there like it's normal. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the Jurgen Klopp that I remember. Now we've got a Jurgen saying things like, "Raw, top 4, you know, you might should be grateful, you know. Trust me, top 4's a madness. Hold on, what do you win for being in top 4? You don't win nothing. What you do is financially it helps you, but you don't win nothing. You don't win anything just by getting into the top 4. So this is why when I say, and this is like to Marcel, again, I respect everyone's opinions on it. Trust me. The only thing I just want to say though is me personally, there's no agendas on this channel. What we like to do on this channel though is look at both sets in it. We look at one side and we look at the other side, and then we try and have a discussion. Yeah, no one is in here to give a decisive, what can I say, end result of how something is. We can only give our opinions, and it's just an opinion that we have about Jurgen Klopp and how he is moving. And we feel like, as great as he is, and we don't want him to leave, we feel like he's making mistakes, and these are the mistakes that we should say in public about what he's doing, because we don't feel like it's right. Whether it's him talking about us being grateful for top 4, whether it's about Pep Lijnders, all of it. We're here to do that. And if you don't like it, respectfully, you don't have to watch it. But I would like you to watch it, because I feel like our fan base is the best. I feel like Kopish fan base, there's amazing people in here, and we go back and forth all the time. And that's one thing I love about it. But sometimes you have to have these conversations, bro. There's nothing against Klopp. It's just seeing what our eyes can see. I can see right now, in my opinion, Jurgen Klopp is making errors, in my opinion.
Johnny, with all due respect, I don't know if this is your first time watching this channel. If it is your first time watching channel, fair enough. Thank you for joining us. But Johnny, respectfully, if you want to see me rant about FSG, go and have a look at the last 3 years of content since I've been on the channel. Don't try this with me, guys.
I understand. It's like you can't say nothing.
No. I'm saying this from a very serious place. Anyone who's watched this channel for over 6 months will know my feelings towards FSG. So if this is your first time watching, so Johnny, if you've watched since the Football Banter Show, then you should know better than making a comment like that, shouldn't you?
This is imagine. It's like man can't say nothing about this. Is crazy.
You should know better. If you've been watching, so let me get this straight. When Liverpool did the furlough stuff, who was the one that came out and did a video? That's right. Hand up. That was me. When Liverpool did ticket price and stuff, who spoke on it? That's right, me. When we did the ESL, the European Super League, who spoke on it? Oh, ding, ding, ding. Me again. When we didn't sign in the summer, who do you think spoke about it? When do you think we didn't sign in the summer when we just bought Konate? Who spoke about it? Don't do that, man. Man, them telling me, oh, speak about FSG now. Go watch the last 3 years of content, bro. If you've been watching since then, you would have actually seen how much I speak about FSG, how much I go back and forth with the likes of Zabiri, shout out to, how much me and Jamie go back and forth, how much me and some of the LFC day trippers like Chris and Kev go back and forth, how much me and Jamrock go back and forth. So don't sit there and say, oh, now speak about FSG. Because, brother, if you want to hear me speak about FSG, then go back and watch all the FSG runs.
Let's not lose sight of what it is, Carl. And all it is that some people, and this is not me
bringing pencils to gunfights. Don't do
100%. No, but all it is, Carl, all it is this. I remember we spoke about this actually, funny enough, before we came on air. Some people don't want to hear any negativity. They don't want to hear people being blamed, or not even blamed. It's just more about people taking responsibility. This is why I will say again, 99% of the people in the community on Team Kop-Ish will have different views. But one thing people will always do, will always be respectful. And this is why we're here. We're here to speak about the differences of opinions that we have, because we've all heard news. We're here to dice it up and talk about it. There's nothing wrong with people having opinions, but there's one thing about being disrespectful and then like goading people. Do you know what I mean? People like Marcel and the other person, I can't remember his name. With all due respect, again, I just want to say, like, what we're talking about here.
This one is quite funny.
What's this? Dylan, Carl, you were saying that my owners not too long ago. yeah.
That was me. That was me again.
But I don't. But Johnny, no, that was you. But one thing I don't want people to do though is lose sight on who we are. Everybody in this chat, whether I agree with you or disagree with you, we all support the one team, and that's Liverpool. We all want the best, innit?
Thank you.
All we're trying to do is look at the facts that's being provided in front of us. We understand we need new ownership to go where we need to go. We understand that. But one thing we cannot ignore is that Jurgen Klopp and Pep Lijnders, by the way, because they're a package deal, it seems, are making mistakes. And it's okay to call them out on it because they're not perfect. Man are acting like there's some dynamic duo, like flipping the Rockers on Legend of Doom. And might I add, they lost matches as well, them wrestlers there. So this is what I'm trying to say. We just got to keep it a buck, man. And for the people that don't like what we say, again, respectfully, you don't have to watch, but I would like you to watch because I feel like, again, we've got the best community, man. Trust me. Love to all of you, man. I hope all of you find peace in what you're doing in that, because all we're here to do is just talk about flipping Jurgen Klopp, and some of the things that he's doing. Can't just ignore them, man. Can't.
Right.
And if you don't like it, then I guess switch it off and then come back again when we're doing a watch along or something. You know what I mean? Love to all of you, man.
Let's have the super chats before we move on to the
Indeed.
next topic. Alexander says Klopp saying fans of spot for expecting top 4. Yeah,
crazy, huh?
Dougie says Klopp trying to drop fans' expectation because even he knows it will get worse. Next season could potentially be worse for us with competition getting better.
Don't want to hear that, but I know what you mean, though.
It's not wrong though. Froggy says Klopp outsourcing duties, Pep 100% in control. I hope not. Chris LFC 92 says if you're watching a game and Mo is hugging a touchline, that's Pep's tactics. Man's running the same tactics that got him sacked at NEC. It's annoying. When is Salah? When does he hug the touchline? When does Salah hug?
Salah's not ever supposed to hug touchline, like
Basil,
ever,
bro.
like
Since he was
ever.
Basil.
Yeah.
Georgie A, he said we're spoiled. Do you not want to win trophies?
Man said y'all a spot.
Yeah. No, I'd respectfully. Do you want to win trophies? Usman Amin says this is not a Klopp team anymore. It's Lijnders. Klopp's still overseeing it though. M Shaq says is it that players are mentally fed up with being runners? Maybe that's runners up. Oh yeah.
Maybe that as well. Yeah.
But that's why you refresh. That's why you refresh the team.
Facts.
Usman says, I don't know what LFC identity or direction is anymore. No one does, bro.
I'm not too sure either, bro.
No one does. M Shaq says, would VVD, Mo, Fab, Ali stay if we finish out top 4? I think all of them definitely stay apart from Mo potentially.
No,
and I'm not saying Mo would just jump ship. I'm just saying I think he'll be the one who gets offers first to jump ship.
Oh, he'll get offers, but I don't think he will leave though.
I'd like to hope not. Sean Bay says, my brothers, I'm so down, and who the F is Pep to influence not signing Nkunku? We need midfielders, not a midfielder. I am miserable. Facts. We're going to get onto that segment in the show as well. Zoteng says, who does this fake Pep think he is? Get him out. Obviously, he's the man, isn't it? Sean Bay says, Matt, come on. How in the world Cody could succeed without creative midfielders? We could sign Mbappe and he ain't going to do nothing. Klopp is not Pep.
One thing I will say is, when I say succeed, I think he will help us, basically. When I say, I know what you mean. Succession is that's a big answer, because what does that mean? Are you going to win stuff with him? Not with the midfield currently like this, no. But he can definitely help us. That's what I say succeed. He'll definitely help us, 100%. Even if we have got a bad midfield.
I need to apologize to Pep for saying Klopp is better than him. Klopp is delusional and he ain't even making sense in press conferences. FSG out. Maybe I'm very stupid for saying this, especially how things are right now. I'll be honest, I still don't think I'm swapping Pep for Klopp. And I know I'm going to get grilled for that in the comments. And I understand if I do. I still ain't swapping him for Klopp. And the reason being is because, as I said, Pep couldn't have done what Klopp's done under this regime.
I was going to say, I think Pep Guardiola would struggle in this regime.
Pep Guardiola struggled in his first season at Man City until he was able to get every single player in every single position that he needed and wanted. Klopp's not been afforded that.
The only thing I'd say is maybe Pep is more ruthless. Pep Guardiola might be more ruthless, though.
Yeah.
That's one thing I will say.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sean Bay says, Callum, he slid all of them because they are not his signings. Facts. Simple as that. Coutinho, Genie are not replaced. And when is the last time we signed a midfielder? Facts. R. Thompson 94 says Darwin slander is getting out of hand. The official Domino's Twitter after our last match. Sorry if we've missed any orders tonight. Yeah, I saw that. Again, I ignore it. Like Darwin is getting dragged because he's not scoring goals, but it's gone way overboard and become fashionable. It makes me laugh when you see some of these organizations talk about mental health and all that, and then they put out stuff like that. It's very funny.
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
Sebulba says this goes back to Klopp needing to be the underdog. That's why he doesn't want to sell players. This is us versus everyone mentality affects everything. That's a good point, actually. Never thought of that. That's a really good point.
But that's crazy if you're gonna jeopardize everything just to be an underdog, though.
No, I think he's more saying, if I'm not mistaken, that it goes back to that mentality that, oh, I don't have to listen to what everyone says. We're getting it right here, and you don't.
I see them.
All of that. Yeah. Tahir says these players don't leave as no club wants them. They also don't leave because why would you want to leave Liverpool? Like, I'm gonna be real. If I'm at Liverpool and I'm pulling up stinkers every week, I'm not gonna go to Klopp and go, Jurgen, I want to leave. I'm gonna go.
I want to go.
I love Liverpool. Yeah. I'm gonna be real. If I'm at Liverpool, I'm staying there.
I'm clinging on to every. I'm doing everything I can to
I'll
stay.
Move around and do different jobs. I'll be dinner man one day. I'll be physio the next day. I'll clean boots. I'll take home kits and wash them.
Bro, Mum will be cooking up curry goat with carrot and be showing them how to cook curry goat and everything. Man. I'll be doing everything, planting everything.
I'm not leaving.
Trust me. Fried chicken, you know how it is.
Shombe says, I am Klopp out. So what? I love Liverpool FC. Again,
fair play. That's you.
I don't agree, but that's fair enough.
But everyone has their own opinion, bro.
Chris says, big up Kilo. My son is watching Cal. Be respectful. Be water, my friend. Be formless, shapeless like water. Big up yourself, Chris.
Big up Chris, man.
Big up Jamrock. Klopp is that Newcastle team with a midfield of Longstaff, Willock, and Joe Linton. Is that midfield better than ours? Did Burns play left back yesterday? I can't actually answer these questions because I didn't watch any of the game yesterday. But I'm guessing he did play.
I saw a lot of the game. It's true, you know. When you look at Newcastle midfield, yeah, bro, Bruno Gomes is kind of like their kind of stand-up player, so to speak. So you can say that's Thiago. Bro, they look like they got more about it than us. But you know one thing I will say though, Jamrock, though? I feel like the age profile is coming back to haunt us a little bit. And I could be wrong, but I think all them players there are all younger than all of our midfielders, innit? And I think it's the youthfulness in some of them that's allowing them to get up and down the pitch. Like Joe Linton, bruv, Joe Linton will run.
Was he up and
bruv,
down?
Joe Linton, I swear, man was just doing that marathon man settings. Bruv, he'd run up and down. And don't get me wrong, sometimes his end product can be a bit iffy, but it's the work rate, bro. There was one point towards the end of the game, Joe Linton was like literally help trying to get an assist or something like that. And I see him sprinting. When I say sprinting, bro, they're on it, bro. Newcastle are on it. They're on it. Eddie Howe's got them on it, bro. But yeah.
Yeah, guys, what I will say, Marcel, I'll be honest, it kind of does go both ways, but I don't want people to pile on to Marcel. Have a difference of opinion, but let's not have this as a pile.
Yeah, it's not about pointing to Marcel. No. That's
Marcel, at the same time, how you speak as well can be taken a certain way. So it's give and take, Marcel, bro. Sebulba says, please use buzzwords without knowing they mean agenda. People use buzzwords without knowing what they mean. Agenda. Yeah, facts. That is very frustrating seeing that word crop up. Big up Ghost. Liverpool 12th man says, this team is not in Klopp's image. His successor, Pep.
Yeah, I'm worried. It's a bit like that as well.
Remember when I said this? I said that it's Pep Lijnders going to be taking over. Anyone still take Gerrard over Pep? Because I would. Sean Bay says, I've seen my team win 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, and I waited 30 years. So do you think I'll wait another 30 years? Klopp is the reason we didn't win 2 Champions Leagues and 2 Premier Leagues in the last 6 years because lack of signing. I think it's both. I don't think it's just Klopp. I think it's Klopp and the owners for that.
Yeah, of course.
Like 17, 18, he brought off Salah, because he got injured and had to bring on Lallana. That's the owners.
Yeah, didn't have the squad. This is one thing I don't want people to kind of go too far left. Jurgen Klopp has done an amazing job. However, it's just when he says things like, we don't need to reinforce because he'll name players that he believes in. You're like, bro, come on, you don't believe that. Are you just trying to defend their values? Or are you just trying to deflect? I don't know. But, bro, come on, man. Just be a little bit more, I guess, be a bit more transparent, because then we'd have a clearer understanding on how you feel about the situation, innit? Because when you start saying things like, this player is amazing, and we look at you and go, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even really rate him. That's when we get a bit concerned, innit?
Also, I will say, Klopp is also the reason why we won the Champions League and the Premier League as well.
Oh, 100%. Of course he is, bro.
Well, we ain't doing that with any other manager. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Chris says, aging midfield, low intensity, forces everyone else to play harder, and it's draining them. It shows in the whole team. Facts. If the engine ain't working, people have to push the car.
Carl, what did I... So I'll cut you, bro. What did I say when we was talking about how people don't fear us anymore? They don't even really play low block. Teams go at us and say, "Yo, you can't handle this," and we're like, "Pause. We'll try and keep up." Pause. We struggle, bro. We struggle.
Yeah.
That's why we're tired. We're a reactive team now. Before we used to be proactive and set traps. I see there's a clip. In fact, I'm not sure if I can play it, Carl. Have you seen the video of like our midfield of Gini Wijnaldum
against
Henderson?
Man City?
Yeah, I might. Do you think I can play it if I play it in the embedded view? We can't.
Probably can't. No, but bruv, it breaks my heart watching that.
Bruv, you see that? You sure we can't play it with no sound? Let me give you an example. You sure?
Yeah, I don't think we can, because it's lifted from the Liverpool thing themselves, isn't it?
But if there's no sound, that's what I was just thinking. I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna show you what I mean.
Yes, if anything, show stills if you can, bro.
Okay.
But
because if I do this, take off the audio.
Can you see that? We destroy teams.
You can't really see that, can you?
No.
But like, you see, all right, you see this? Can you see that a bit more?
Yeah.
If I was to play that with no sound like this, do you think we'll get copyrighted? People, I don't even know, we probably wouldn't it.
Yeah, we might do, yeah.
Flip's sake, do you know I want to pay his video, bro? Stills only. You know what? That's a good point. Oh, no, but I'd have to keep taking off the screen. Yeah, it'd be too long. But you see that play that's highlighted? That's Gini Wijnaldum. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk, but that's Gini Wijnaldum.
He was everywhere. He was absolutely everywhere. Code Command says fan base is turning to Arsenal's Wenger. Arsenal's, it feels like it. Sean Bay says, Cam, your witness. Yeah, that's regarding the FSG stuff. Me, Matt, and Drift have been talking about FSG for the longest time. Shall I tell you? Shall I let you into a little secret?
Go on.
Do you know there was a point at which me, Matt, and Drift would sit down before planning shows and go, can't speak about FSG again, guys. It looks bad.
Yep.
For now, people to turn around and say, oh, talk on FSG. Allow it, man. Allow it. Allow it.
It's mad.
TSF says you have to add heated in the title for this one, boys. Everyone's heated. Everyone's
because everyone's annoyed.
Yeah, everything's heated at the moment when it comes to Liverpool. Mr. Sinclair says only judging Klopp under a different budget. New owners does the same. I'm in. Call him out, no worries. But he's just the tip of the iceberg we see. That I agree. I agree. That's why I'm still Klopp in, because I need to see him under new management.
Agreed.
If he's doing this under new owners, though, I'll believe you.
Bro. And the new owners, what would that just say to him? Do you want? Give an example. Do you want Mbappe? And Klopp's like, no, I believe it. I don't know. I'll give an example.
Ben Doak and them, man. Like,
yeah, that's when it's.
That's when I'm gonna lose it. He also spoke about Jude Bellingham today as well, and again didn't give much away. He said that he's not spoken to him or the family because he can't. Even if he had, he's not going to come out in a press conference and say he did.
But he never really answers questions like that, which is kind of says a lot. It says a lot, though, don't you think? In your opinion?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was very confident of us getting Jude Bellingham. I'm not.
So was I. Neither am I. Not right now. Not if how things are. And I'm not trying to say things can't change, Carl, but I'm worried that we've put all our eggs in one basket. That's what I think is hampering us this month. Do you know that?
I don't even know what's hampering and what isn't hampering us anymore, bro. It's me, if I'm being completely honest with you, because
Bro, how can we wait basically a year for Jude Bellingham and then, bro, if Jude
a
Bellingham
year, bro.
goes,
It's like we've waited 3 years.
yeah, no, I say 2 years. I'd say 2 years. I think this movie's been in. You know, it's one of them ones where what's that thing? Remember Wrestling Cow where you had the Rock and Stone Cold was like it's in the making. It's about 2 years in the making. It
Yeah,
feels like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's been 2 years in the making. We've been waiting for this day, bro. There's another player actually. Someone that's put in the chat. Are we going to speak about him? The Matthias thing. Have you got him on the agenda?
Yeah, I've got him on the agenda. So
Okay, cool. We'll talk about him. Cool.
I can't say anything just yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, things are gonna have to change, and they're gonna have to change quickly. Another thing at the moment as well, and I have to speak on it when we're speaking about Klopp, the fact that we are the team in the league who have created the most big chances, but have the worst conversion rate, but we've also we have made the most big chances with the worst conversion rate. We've also been a team at the receiving end of the most big chances. So much so, we've conceded 51 big chances so far this season, which eclipses what we did for the whole of last season, which was 49. We are not even halfway through the season yet.
That is mad.
If you're sitting there telling me about the owners when tactically we are getting ripped to shreds 51 times in what 15, 16 games? Or 17 games now, I think we're at.
Yeah. 16,
Come on,
17,
what are we doing there?
But we're getting
that's three big chances a game.
Yeah. We're getting a free piece every game.
Every game, that's an average of 3 big chances per game.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, if we didn't have Alisson Becker in goal, we are not where we are in the table now. We're in the bottom half. That's crazy. But do you know what's even more crazy? The fact that we're creating all these big chances. We are literally playing basketball football.
Yeah. And you know what's so crazy as well? Because of the tactics that we've recently been playing, I swear down, and I could be wrong here, I would say out of all the chances, the most have probably gone to Nunes. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing, but I find it weird that one player
Salah
is getting
as well, you know. Salah's
No.
guilty.
I was going to put Salah in there, but I feel like even though Salah's missed chances, I could be wrong here because I remember there was that chart one time when they brought the two of them. I think Nunes has missed more. Salah's missed quite a few as well. But you know when you just watch the game, I feel like more clear-cut chances go to Nunes. But maybe that's because Nunes creates these opportunities with his pacing behind. So that's maybe another thing that you got to look at. But I just find it mad that a lot of our chances, Cal, are because Nunes is having to break his neck to run in behind, and then we got a bank on him scoring. Bro, that can't be the way how we play football. Because when you deep it, think about it, Cal. How many times have you seen Nunes running on the end? Nunes is burning the defender right there. And is he going to score? Bro, that shouldn't. I know we haven't got a Kevin De Bruyne, but it can't be that hard to set someone up. When you deep it, you're like, even Salah, like, bro, I'm seeing Salah having to, like, I don't know, Salah's got to beat his man or something. 1, 2. There's too much to do. And you know why there's too much to do, people? And I bet you're all going to agree with me. Because there's no midfield other than Thiago. No one can unlock a defense other than Thiago. So it's almost like you have to rely on the forward man to create his chance, or you have to wait for an amazing ball to be played. Remember, Oxlade-Chamberlain played that ball outside the boot count, one of the games we played recently.
Yeah.
Hit to Nunes, and Nunes had to sprint onto it. Nunes beats his man and then cuts it back, and Salah scores.
Yeah.
But that can't. How many times have we seen Nunes has got to run in behind and beat his man? But we can't rely on that all season. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
There's no patterns of play. I don't know, man.
Crazy. Just to let everyone or reassure everyone, all the super chats haven't been read out yet. I just did some of them and got back to topics, but the rest of the super chats have been saved. They will be read out. So don't fear anything on that front. Right. We've exhausted Jurgen Klopp. Let's move on to the next topic, which is not fun either, but hey ho, let's do it.
I actually forgot about this, you know.
Yeah. He's our centre half, he's our number 4, and we might not see him for 4 weeks minimum now. Virgil van Dijk has suffered from a hamstring injury, which was the reason why he was brought off at half-time, not because of his performance, which is the reason I would have brought him off. He's injured, and if rumours are to be believed, he could be out between 4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Matt, 2 other things that worry me with this. Cometio has been called back off loan.
I should even laugh. And now you know what? Because I remember there's this video that will never. The internet is undefeated. I remember one time, Big Up Drift as well. Unfortunately, couldn't make it tonight. Big Up Drift and the family. There's one video. I can't remember. I think it might have been pre-season or something. We got this model. Cometio was just moving nuts, bro. When I say nuts, not in a good way. And I remember me and Drift were just like, "This is what we're saying. Like, he's just not ready."
He's not.
Bro, if we're bringing back Billy the Kid to help for Van Dijk's injury, fam, fold the club. Just fold it.
But
Start again.
But the reason
Rebrand.
why I'm
Can't
concerned
be
about
doing
that happening,
Yeah.
I think we're all missing a big picture here. If
I know what you're
Cometio's
going to say.
back, that means we're selling someone, in my opinion.
Potentially Nat Phillips. All right, this is one thing I was going to say, but before we even get there, I feel like we need to go here first. Virgil van Dijk picking up a hamstring injury. Bro, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time I've ever heard Virgil have a hamstring injury in his Liverpool career. Do you know why that is? You see that injury that he had? Remember when we said down the line, as he gets older, he's going to get little niggles. Bro? Do you remember the game against Brentford?
That leads me back to why is it that if we could see that happening, why is it that Virgil plays every minute of every game?
Bro, do you know when I think it happened? Do you remember when I said to you was watching the Brentford game?
The player.
Was chasing, and I was like, Virgil's not as fun. And you were like, I don't want to hear that, man. He's still. And I was like, bro, if Virgil was a 10 out of 10 for a pace for a defender, he's gone to like an 8.5/8.75. He's still very, very quick. He's just not. His acceleration is not as quick. Top speed, not still too bad, but the acceleration, bro, you can see it from the injury. Dare I say it? The season after, he didn't really show any signs as much, but he wasn't stretched as much. Pause. But there were times when I thought, no, the pace is still there. But you see, this season, even for Holland, bro, you can see he's not quite as sharp, or the turn of pace is just not the same. And rightly so. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. These men have all the data in the world to understand that if a player is being rinsed or whatever. I really don't understand why. In fact, no, do you know what? I can't even say that. Let me throw an example. I was about to say I don't understand why Virgil hasn't been dropped. Joe Gomez has been stinking like toilet. As much as I rate Gomez, he's been stinking like, we have to keep it a buck in it. Joe Gomez hasn't really played well. So he doesn't really trust Gomez at the moment. Gomez is not playing well. Matip has been in and out. Remember, Matip has had injuries. And so has Ibu. I'm going to throw it back to you, Cal. Do Klopp really have a choice? Ibu was in and out of the team, being injured. So was Matip. And Joe Gomez stinking.
People aren't going to like hearing this. You still got Nat there. But even if it means Virgil starts the game, and when you're winning the game, you take man off, or do what you got to do. Preserve him. It's the same thing I worry about Salah with. We'll be winning. But wasn't it the Bournemouth game we won 9-0? Salah played all 90 minutes. You see the minute it hit 5-0, 6-0. Salah. But boss, I want to get my goal scoring record up. Okay, cool. Salah, off you come. Virgil, off you come. You sit down on the bench. The game's won. Sit down. I don't care about personal accolades, because your personal accolades mean nothing if the team wins nothing. Do you know what is even better? Team accolades as well as personal accolades. Because you see you running yourself into the ground for 90 minutes to try and get one goal against Bournemouth, even though we won the game 9-0. You could have saved yourself a bit of energy. So you see in the next game, you feel a lot more sharper. You feel a lot more angry to go and get that goal. And again, I don't want to call you out, but you're saying we're happy because we wanted Virgil dropped, and you get to see what you want with Matip and Konate at centre-back. There's a difference between wanting someone to be dropped and wanting someone to be injured. Marcel, you're not helping yourself, bro.
That is crazy. Like,
you're not helping yourself.
I understand.
One person in the comments said, we want Virgil to get injured. No, we said Virgil needs to sit on the bench because he's not been playing well enough.
They've been playing
Give
well.
Matip and Konate a chance. Come
I said
on, do better,
injured.
man.
Come on, bro. You're a Liverpool.
Right. You're not
Marcel, I'm gonna
helping
give you
yourself
one more
today, bro.
chance. You're a Liverpool fan, and you're saying when I say right now, you're saying the maddest stuff, bro. Like, let's
Yeah,
keep
like
it
you're not
above.
helping yourself, man.
And no one here has said they want Virgil to get injured so he don't play. I don't know what you want to talk about agendas now, bro. Marcel, I think your agenda is kind of clear. And I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you, bro. It either stops now or I'm actually just gonna kick you out because I ain't got time for it, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Man gave you the olive branch and said, listen, I respect everyone's opinions. But let's just stop the agenda thing. Let's just keep it a buck in it. And you're still continuing. If you're gonna continue, man will just take you out straight away. So it's just, do you know what I mean? Be respectful, bro. Come on, let's not be silly, bro. Come on, man. Let's not be silly. Go on, Carl.
I ask you then, Matt.
Yeah, go on.
Who now starts for Liverpool at centre back, or does it just pick itself?
Picks itself has to be Ibu and Matip. Has to be. I don't think they'll grow as a pair as well. Do you know what I mean? I think they will grow. Well, they have to. We got no choice. Joe Gomez, as things stand right now.
Sorry, just
yeah, go on, bro.
We never said that. You said you wanted Virgil to get injured. You're misquoting us. You're the one misquoting us. We all said we wanted Matip and Konate to be the partnership because Virgil was playing bad. We didn't say we want him injured. So when you say you've got what you wanted, you're misquoting us. Marcel, do better, bro. I'm not gonna kick you out of the stream or anything like, but do better, bro. Like, come on, man. You've been doing this for about an hour now, bro. Like, just do better. Just do better, bro. Like, you're better than this. Do better.
Facts.
Sorry, Matt.
No, it's cool, bro. Listen, it picks itself because Konate, I know he had a bad game. Like, obviously, he got the own goal, and then Konate had a really bad game. But I still believe in Ibu. That's the thing. I really believe in him, and I think Ibu is clearly our second. No, not clearly, but when everyone's on their A game, you can't not look past Matip and Ibu. Like, as good as Gomez can be, I haven't seen bro. The last good game I saw Joe Gomez play, if I'm being honest, bro, is against Man City.
Yeah, it was.
Bro, do you know how long ago that was now? Bro,
Yeah.
that feels like it was last season. That's how bad it is. Man, I ain't seen him play well since. I've seen Ibu doing that World Cup and doing the madness, bro. To the point people were screaming why he wasn't playing. So, yeah, man.
Should Nat get a run at some point? Not necessarily a run, but should he get some games? And I'll be honest, because there's an argument to say that Nat should be ahead of Gomez in the pecking order.
If you're gonna play a high line, though, it's got to suit the personnel. And I feel like
play a line, bro. We don't play a line.
Well,
everyone breaks our offside traps nowadays, pretty much.
If Pep Lijnders picks that team, hence why I didn't say Klopp. If Pep Lijnders picks that team, you have to play a high line because Pep Lijnders wants to play high line. It has to be Matic because he's the smarter defender, and Ibu because it makes sense because he's the fastest one that we have. But I'm not gonna, as much as I rate that first, don't get twisted. I just feel like if we're gonna do high line, bro, that will be to his detriment, you know. I can't even lie.
Let me ask a question though, Matt. We speak about it's high line, and you said something really key there. Ibu has to play because of his pace. Are we not kind of playing with fire, just asking Ibu to just do sprint a lot?
We are.
They're human beings at the end of the day, innit? If you're gonna make people just continually do sprints because he's the fastest man, you're not asking for muscle issues and muscle and all this problem. Like you're not just asking for it,
bruv.
There's different ways of playing.
No, agreed. This is why when I say there's things that I don't agree with when it comes to Liverpool and like our tactics. For example, you know, sometimes when Klopp says, like, he's used the phrase before, we got to be brave. And I've heard even Linda say that we have to be brave when we try and set traps, win the ball. That's all well and good when the midfield is doing it. But, bro, do you know what I feel like as we do right now, just as things stand right now, the attackers are supposed to beat everyone and score. The midfielders are supposed to give the ball to Thiago and let him do a technical thing. And the defenders are supposed to play a high line and try to catch everyone offside. And if you can't catch them offside, you got to run back and chase them. Bro, what kind of tactics is that, bro? There's no cohesion. There's no balance. That's how we play, though, Cal. The way how we play is the midfield are pretty much non-existent. Thiago's the only one pulling strings and being asked to run around the pitch. Defense has to play that high line. They always will. Try and catch people offside. And if you can't catch them, you got to, make sure you do better. And the attackers are supposed to beat everyone and score. That is how we are playing. There's no cohesion throughout the team anymore as things stand. That's why we're playing so badly. Because there's a massive hole in the middle, bro. Massive hole.
Matt, let me ask you a question. This has just come to me. So we wanted Tchouaméni in the summer, right? Couldn't get him, got blown out of the water by Real Madrid. That happens.
Yeah.
I don't blame the club and I don't blame Klopp for that. These things happen. We've done it to countless other teams. Blew other teams out of the water for Virgil van Dijk, blew other teams out of the water for Alisson, blew other teams out for Nunez, Diaz, the list goes on. It happens. It's football merry-go-round, right? Do you think Tchouaméni was coming in to actually play as an 8, or do you think he was coming in to take Flacco's position? Because Flacco doesn't seem the same, and every time I watch a game, it seems as though him and Klopp get into it, or Klopp just berating him or getting onto him.
That's a good point, yeah.
Are Flacco's days numbered, and if so, was that what the plan was, to bring in Tchouaméni to replace Flacco?
I think Tchouaméni was there as a safety net in terms of, so you brought him to play the 8, but if Flacco's not performing, because they can probably see Flacco's, it looks like a decline or whatever, lack of form, that's a safety net there. I think what it is with Tchouaméni, he covers 2 positions. He can easily play the 8, don't get twisted, and he can play the 6. I think if Tchouaméni was to come in last season or this season, there would have been games 100% where he starts ahead of Flacco. And do you know what? It might help Flacco. Because for all I know, Flacco might have been rushed back. If someone ain't ready, don't play them. I feel like when people aren't ready, Liverpool still rush them back. Hence why we had the thing with certain players getting re-injured. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like sometimes if you know something's wrong, let the person heal and make sure they're back on 100%. Don't think like rush them back. I don't know. Something doesn't sit right with me with some of the players like get injured and they're reoccurring injuries now. Like Jota's a prime example. Like Jota probably needed a little bit more time off. I think Chris Angel, big him up, he was talking about Luis Diaz and how long that took to recover, and like maybe there should have been a bit more recovery time.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you need to make sure the players are actually, like, you see, even Virgil van Dijk now. Do you know the report I just read not too long ago? Virgil van Dijk is in a race to be fit against Real Madrid. I'm going to be honest, as much as I want Virgil to be ready, I don't care about Real Madrid right now. Because if he comes back against Real Madrid and he gets re-injured again, bro, we're talking like a grade 2 hamstring.
We don't learn. We actually don't learn.
It's frustrating, bro. It's so frustrating.
Robbo burnt out last season. Remember when Robbo got injured just before the season started?
And he got burnt out.
Straight back into the team and was pulling up stinkers.
Yeah.
I was burnt out.
When we had Tsimikas.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's move on.
It's frustrating, bro.
Topic. I don't know. More joy and more fun.
When I saw this, I was like, yo.
All right. I don't actually think this happens. We speak about it because it's in the news at the moment. I don't think this happens. I don't see Bobby going to Saudi Arabia. I just genuinely don't. Maybe, and look, I know the first thing people say is Cristiano's gone there. Cristiano's 37 and was not wanted by any team in Europe. No one's willing to match his salary or anything. I think I can hand on heart say, even if he doesn't get an extension, which I think he will, he'll get either a 1 or a 2 year, I think, at Liverpool. Even if he doesn't, I think he gets plenty of offers around Europe to go and play football. Plus, he'll still have a chance of getting in that Brazil squad as well. Do you reckon, Matt? Or you think he's going to chase the bag? The bag will be very nice.
The only thing I didn't like was that whoever the team was, have you seen the screenshot of like Bobby Firmino's Christmas tree?
Yeah, I saw.
And that's the only thing I don't like. It's like,
They've
bro,
also said
why?
the same about that journalist has also said the same about Kante as well. And apparently Kante is going to get a new contract.
All right, here's the thing.
Maybe these are agents. Maybe this is agent work as well.
No, it's true. Here's the thing. I still feel like Bobby's gonna sign. Well, I hope he's gonna sign. Because what's so mad is when Klopp asked him, like, does Gakpo signing change anything? He's like, no, doesn't change nothing. Like, but I am worried though. Because the longer it goes on, the longer you get worried, innit? It's like it always happens, whether it's I don't know, whether it was Gini Wijnaldum, whether it was Emre Can, whoever people who thought they were gonna sign. I think he signs, though. I think. But you have to understand Bobby Firmino, though. He's thinking, as much as I love Liverpool, how much am I going to play for the next how many years? Liverpool just signed 3 forwards in the last, 12 to 18 months. I didn't get into the Brazil squad when I was playing at a very, very good level.
Yeah.
Do I now have to look elsewhere? These are the things that I think will be going through his mind. I don't even think it's just Saudi Arabia. I think it's like Inter Milan, Juve, Roma. There's so many teams. Bayern Munich. But I've even heard Barcelona as well. There's so many teams that I think Bobby Firmino would suit. And they probably even change his position in terms of maybe playing him as a 10 or whatever. But he's still a quality player. I think Liverpool, unless they're going to get a replacement, and that should have been Nkunku, by the way, they should look to keep hold of Bobby for at least 2 more years. Because Bobby Firmino's got the intelligence, in my opinion, and the brain to still play at a high level. Because here's the thing, one thing I will say, Carl, and this will really annoy me if people actually disagree with me on this. I got a lot of backlash when I said I didn't want James Milner to resign. People like James Milner's the marathon man, whatever, is an influence. Bobby Firmino, in my opinion, if you're looking at the two of them, Bobby Firmino is the one for me that stands out more in terms of what he can offer, because he really isn't. When from a physical standpoint, he's technical. He's just a magician. I would rather keep Firmino if I had the two. So for the people that would sit there and say they'd rather keep Milner, we're happy Milner staying, but then saying, "Oh, we're sentimental FC if we keep Bobby," that doesn't add up to me. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Because you can't tell me, "Oh, you're happy Milner stay, but you're cool for Bobby to go." That don't add up for me, bro. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
It don't.
That's true. A couple of you asking questions in the comments regarding Bobby, mainly aimed at me, which is fair enough. And I think Jamrock was the first to put this. I think Pablo says it as well. I'll ask you the question after I answer it as well, Matt.
Yeah.
If we had to let Bobby go to bring in another attacker, someone I like, for example, like a Diaby, or someone like you like, well, you've answered Nkunku. Let's say another winger to complement Mo. Considering we've got 2 strikers, 2 left wingers now, would you do it? Let's say it's Musa Diaby or a peak Pedro Neto.
Maybe, yeah. But what it is, it has to make sense. That's my whole thing at Liverpool. Make it make sense. So you're right. Yeah, I probably would, Cal. If you said Mr. Diaby for Bobby Firmino, okay, cool. Gonna miss the legend, but it makes sense. What don't make sense to me though, Cal? Lose Firmino, we just don't sign no one. That's probably what would happen actually.
Yeah. And here's another thing as well.
That makes sense.
Bobby's a 10 now in our team. So if we are going to do the 4-2-3-1, who are our 10s going to be? Because Klopp doesn't play Carvalho.
Bro.
So let's say, for example, we brought in Diaby. That to me suggests it's going to be 4-3-3, no matter what.
Yeah.
We have no 10s then that Klopp trusts.
But I'm gonna be honest. If we went to 4-2-3-1 and actually got rid of Firmino, I think I'd actually lose the plot. Because I've been sitting here, bro, for so long saying he's our best 10 over anybody. It don't matter who it is, bro. He's the best because he's got the best football. In my opinion, he's got, from an attacking point of view.
Or does Gakpo play there?
Gakpo is not Firmino there. He's a different.
I know this.
Yeah, different type of player can play there.
But who loves Gakpo?
But let's not do this, please.
Remember, this isn't what we would do.
I know. You
To an
see,
extent,
Firmino,
it is, but
he's got the best
maybe
football in.
Gakpo's been brought in to cover Diaz and the number 10.
Linda said, "What is the missing link?" Well, and you thought Nkunku was just some dead out play. You just said, "Nah, I don't want it. Cody Gakpo's better." I mean, who am I in it? I'm just man like Matt. I'm Team Kop-Ish. I'm not in the dressing room. I'm not behind the scenes. I ain't got the data analysis to tell me. But I'm gonna be honest though. I will challenge Pep Lijnders right now, bro. Like, I swear to you. When it comes to traits and effectiveness, Christian Nkunku could have had a massive say for us. For us. I'm looking down the lens, bro, at Pep, you know. Christian Nkunku could have done bits for us. Yeah. Like he's talking about Firmino replacement. I think he could have done that, in my opinion, with his eyes closed, bro. But it isn't it? It's one of them things. Obviously, they've chosen a player, and again, this is no shade on Gakpo, by the way, because again, Gakpo's just he's a different style of player. Gakpo's more your winger slash forward, isn't it? And Nkunku's more, he's just an all-round attacking player. He's more complete, if that makes sense. Nkunku's more complete for me.
Agreed. All right. Last topic. Yay, transfer news, yay. First and foremost, before we chop this bit up, for everyone we've got over 1,000 of you in here. Hasn't been the most fun stream. So first and foremost, blessings to you all for joining us. But please do hit that like button if you haven't already. We'd love to be on like 750 likes before the stream ends. There's over 1,000 of you in here. So quickly just like that button and then get back to proceedings in the live chat, people. Right, let's go through the list. And this hurts me to go through these lists because two of these players I really wanted in the summer and we got neither. And now we're being linked with them again for next summer, not January, by the way, for next summer.
Yeah, we do.
I'll start with the one that's really starting to make headway, and that's Matheus Nunes.
Make it make sense, bro.
I can't.
Man was offered to Liverpool. Then man there said, no, we're going to watch.
Klopp and Lijnders turned down the chance to sign Matheus Nunes.
Are you ready for the best bit? Reportedly, Liverpool said once he settles in, we'll come back for him. Bro, please. What are we doing? You're going to come back for the player once he settles in to then spend more money. Bro.
I think there's a clause in the contract, if I'm not mistaken.
But you know, so mad though.
He went there for around 44 million, right?
Yeah, apparently we can get him for
the same price.
Same price. But so hold on a minute. We basically sent him out on loan.
Not really, because it doesn't guarantee we get him.
Do you know what's so mad about Nunes as well? I know because he's playing at Wolves is different, but he hasn't exactly set the world alight either. I'm gonna be honest. He's been alright. He hasn't. But again, it's the players you play with. Yeah, Wolves are
bad. Like
Nunes was great this evening. The killer thing is though, this is what's gonna burn us the most. He can't play for us in January because he can't be registered to Liverpool.
No. All the people I'm listing, well, the first two anyway, have been quoted as being January signings potentially. Summer signings, not January signings. Which again is annoying. It makes no sense, Matt. You're trying to figure out something that you can't figure. It makes no sense.
I'm so
Matt just looking around into the distance, but it's not going to make sense.
But I'm so perplexed.
It's not going to make sense.
We need players now, but the line we've been given is Liverpool really like Matheus Nunes. He can't play in January, but Liverpool are looking to tie up a deal so we can get him in the summer. Bruv, I'm done. I am. I swear. This don't make no sense.
Oh, sorry to cut you, Matt. Musa LFC says Sam Wallace, who's broken a lot of the news today, said
Sam
the
Wallace,
clause is just for us, not for everyone.
This is what I'm saying.
Makes no
So
sense.
Liverpool put a clause, or Liverpool somehow, you know, it is because of Mendes. So
Yeah,
Liverpool
we've got a
managed-
great relationship with. But he was offered to us. He was waiting for Liverpool.
So spoke to Mendes and said, "Yo, no." So that basically, you know, that makes it. Do you know what this means then? So Jurgen said, "I believe in Ox, Naby, and whoever. We don't need him now, but we need him down the line. Put the clause in there, and we'll go and get him later." Liverpool need a midfielder, so we signed Cody Gakpo, and remember, we have a clause that we can potentially activate for the summer.
Yeah. It won't make sense, Matt. I've been trying to make sense of it all day. It won't make sense. It will hurt your head, Matt. It ain't worth it, bro.
But there's no point, mate. There's just no point, bro. It just doesn't make any sense. Honestly, it don't make no sense.
Would you be happy with Matthias Nunes in the summer as one of the 3 midfielders we need to bring in?
Can I be honest with you?
Go on.
If you ask me that question in the summer, I'll probably say yeah. But right now, we're not in the summer, are we? Bro, do you know how mad I am that we have to keep talking about 6 months down the line? I can't tell you the amount of times that as Liverpool fans, we always got, we're next summer FC, then we turn into next January FC, then we turn back into next summer FC. Bro, just sign me the player now. But yeah,
Nunes, we can't know.
I know. To answer your question, if he's one of the 3, I'll be cool with it. I'll give an example. Matthias Nunes, Kone for you, and Bellingham for everybody. Yeah? Cool, we move. But Cal, here's the thing. We are Liverpool Football Club. We are also trying to sell the club. We keep seeing reports. Liverpool have stretched themselves financially by getting Cody Gakpo. Man said we're stretched, skin out thing, bro. Carnival, stretch out. Man said that's it. Till next year. Man said carnival done next year. Next year, brethren. Next year. Everything's stretched. You know how mad that is?
Stop, man.
Man said Gakpo stretched everything.
I'm just imagining someone just in the sharpshooter, bro, just tapping.
Bro, remember Bob Backing with the chicken wing? To Bret Hart, the chicken wing. Bro, it's mad. I don't know what else to say, bro.
I'm a big Matthias Nunes fan. The reason I've not been speaking of Matthias Nunes because I didn't think there would be a chance of us getting him because he just gone to Wolves. I'll be honest. My realistic 3 for the summer, my realistic 3 midfielders that we need to bring in between now and the summer, is him, the next person we're going to speak about, Kone and Bellingham.
Yeah,
and segue into Kone. I know we're speaking about Kone coming in the summer. Matthias Nunes, we can't do anything about. We have to sign him in the summer because he can't play for 3 clubs in one season. Kone can play for Liverpool Football Club right now.
We need him now.
We can go and get Kone right now. And we need him
now. Like now.
We needed him at the 1st of January.
Yeah, 100%.
This one I don't get. I don't get why we're monitoring Kone. Kone should have been the first player we bid for.
I can't tell you the amount of reports where we're monitoring the player. It's so, bro. We've monitored absolutely everybody across the globe. Literally, bro, we've monitored them. Enzo Fernandez, we've monitored him. Apparently, he's not going to Chelsea anymore. Bellingham, obviously.
I know I've turned into negative Nancy recently. We ain't getting Enzo, man.
No, we're not. I'm just saying that we've monitored Saicedo, we've monitored Kone, we've monitored Bellingham, we've monitored Nunes. Bro, we just monitor. That's all we do, fam. Do you remember a show called Lost, Cal? Lost.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, the man was just basically cut on. So if you watch Lost, you'll know that. Yeah, people watch it on monitors and stuff. But we just monitor everything. Get involved. Don't sit on the sideline. Do you remember your first disco, people, back when you was in primary school? You had your first disco.
Up on the
Remember?
wall,
Everyone was
leaning on the wall.
Everyone was a little bit nervous to kind of go and dance because that's how it was, isn't it? You're a child, isn't it? You're very young. Like, what are you, 10? I think it is. Like,
Yeah.
no, not even 10. No, primary school, younger, innit? I'm thinking of
No,
year
10. No, 10. You're right. You're
You're
right.
10, yeah, 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's a bit nervous. You're asking your brother, should we go and dance in the middle? The girls are already having fun. You're monitoring because you're nervous. Why are we moving nervous? We've been here before. What's there to monitor? I don't understand, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Lost,
I'm
bro.
Go
Man's
and get
lost out
Kone
there.
now, man.
Someone
and
just
get
said,
Kone
have you
now.
seen you, Cal? Have you seen you?
Yeah. Man,
Man's
like
with
Joe. Man, like Joe. Man, just with that same cap every single time, just lurking, bro. Just lurking.
Man said, I have to know her, you know. Bro, we're just monitoring, bro.
Nah, it just, I'm gonna be real. Kone, for me, wouldn't cost any more than 40 mil this January. For me,
I
that
believe
should
you're
be
right.
achievable. For the size of Liverpool Football Club, that should be achievable. And Kone comes in and starts straight away, in my opinion.
Straight away. Bruv, pace, power, energy, and tech. That's what we need, right? That's what we need. That's what we've been crying out for. Do you know what's so mad about Liverpool's midfield? Every team, yeah, no, you're right, bro. Every team I look at who we play, I always feel like someone has a midfielder that could just run through a whole midfield, like we're not even there.
Yeah,
it sounds crazy, but like because the
we
players
got
are
Wolves
talented.
at the weekend. We got Wolves at the weekend. If Mateus Nunes is fit for that game,
gosh, we got Wolves. Oh my gosh,
he could run through that midfield a few times.
And when I say this, I'm being dead serious when I say he could actually just run and dribble around every single midfielder.
Yeah.
No, man.
Literally, brothers, you're right. Maybe apart from, I look at Arsenal. Odegaard can get through our midfielders with dribbling.
But Partey could probably, even though Partey isn't like a technical player, but see if Partey's driving with the ball and he just maybe dropped one shoulder, for example, he could probably beat 2 men, you know, because he's pace and powerful.
Yeah.
We always used to look at our midfield and go, it doesn't matter who they've got, we can match them. What it is, sometimes we will get a little bit annoyed that technically we might find a team that, like a Man City, that would always find hard because they're so technically gifted. But when it comes to matching their energies, bruv, Wijnaldum, Milner, and Henderson have beaten them. They used to run man off the pitch, bro.
But here's the thing.
Crazy.
And again, this is no disrespect to Henderson, but people sleep on how technical Genie was.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, we don't even see it from from Flacco anymore. Remember when Flacco used to get assists and all that?
But
remember he used to dink it to Mo Mane in them, man.
Bro, there's a clip where Flacco was being pressed, and he done one quick turn and ran out with the ball. I can't tell you the last time when Flacco was being pressed and he had the confidence to actually like even think about sidestepping. Bro, if Flacco's getting pressed, he'll play probably a very good pass, but he doesn't even have the ability, or he's scared to now. Even like if he's getting pressed, like he's not press resistant how he used to be. Genie Wijnaldum was press resistant. You could throw 2 men at Genie. Genie was so comfortable in his ability that he didn't even care, bro.
Yeah.
He was so comfortable in his own ability. The ball retention was mad. Technical ability, but we said this already. We said when Genie leaves, people, forget Genie. No assists. He don't do nothing. He's too negative playing back passing. Bro, Genie Wijnaldum might not have been the flashiest player in the world, but I tell you something, for now, he was so much of a key cog in our team. Only now people are starting to miss him. Mad.
The third player is Koop-Miners from Atalanta. I think he plays for now.
I just seen clips. Lijnders. Brother, I ain't got no dossier, man. All I know is that Lijnders likes him. He's left-footed. He does look good from clips, but I don't really know. I can't sit here and give man dossier on him, like how I couldn't in Nkunku.
I think he's just good though. I think he's good.
Someone said Coop manager is dry, bro.
I want great or potentially great. I don't think he's gonna get much better than what he is now.
Is he energy? Is he like one of them energy man, or is he techie man?
A bit of in between, I'd say.
That's not too bad. We need
No,
a bit.
He's not rubbish. He's just not as good as the other players that we could get. But again, a lot remains to be seen in it. Like, with all due respect, I think there's only 3 midfielders we've got at the club who are safe, and that is, and this is just in my opinion, that is Hendo, Thiago, and Flacco. And I'll be honest, I think we need a 6. I think we need a box to box, and we need, in an ideal world, we could do with a goal scoring midfielder if we're going back to 4-3-3.
Quick question, Carl. Nice going. Are we in the mud?
No.
We're not in the mud yet.
No. We're in the poo that's in the mud. So you don't know it's poo until you're in it. And then when you get out, you smell yourself and you're like, oh, that weren't mud. Oh, no, that weren't mud.
Man said we're in the poo, fam.
That was the poo. We're in the poo that's in the mud.
Is there any positive that we can take away from everything that we've discussed? Any positive?
I'll go back through the topics. Pep Lijnders. Do you want to? I can't think of any.
The only thing I can think of is that he might be able to see the error of his own ways, but that's just me being
no.
Yeah.
No. Rejecting Nkunku, I don't see any positives in that unless we sign other players.
The only thing people will say is if he obviously he's going Chelsea. If he stinks up Chelsea, then people say it's a positive. Although this is one thing I do want to caveat though. I can't. They're different teams. This is one. You see the Werner thing. Even though I still feel like Werner wouldn't have been as good, I still feel like Werner would have done better. I feel like in Nkunku at Chelsea, even now, I'm not saying it just because he's going there. I still feel like it don't work because they don't play with a false 9. Their best striker has always been a target man for the way how they play. Maybe Graham Potter's going to really try and change that. But from how they set up, they've never been that team. And Nkunku just is a Liverpool type player. It's hard for me to explain, but you know what I mean, people.
He's a Klopp type player, man.
Yeah.
Klopp, though, what type? Klopp type players anymore, though?
No, it's Lijnders players now, isn't it?
It's Lijnders only. I can't think of many. The only positive I can think of is if we can get Kone this summer. Sorry, this January. Look at me. I'm programmed myself. This January. Yep. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's the only positive, isn't it?
That's it.
The only positive I can really, really take from today is that everything we said might be true, but nothing is set in stone and things can change. That's just me just being.
That's true.
I just hope things can change. So, like, whether it's personnel, managers, look at what's happening, and actually deep down, like, right, you know, that has to change. Because if not, it's going to be a long 6 months. I can't even lie to you. It'll be a long 6 months.
I tell you who else I'd go and get, Matt, that I know we'll never go and get because of his age and profile. Milinkovic-Savic.
You've been screaming about him for a while now.
Goal-scoring creative midfielder. He's not the fastest, but he's not slow. Great strength. He can tackle. He don't take no nonsense on the pitch. He can score goals still. But for whatever reason, we won't go for it.
Do you know what? I've got no problems with him, but we're just not going to get him.
We ain't doing it.
We'd rather go and get Coop miners probably.
Let's have these supers before we go. Chris says, Klopp went from talking mentality monster to Norbert moaning about everything. Pause. Yeah.
It's true.
He even moaned about the 3rd goal Brentford scored. That was not a foul.
But man's talking about refs. When your manager starts talking about refs,
but all the time.
All the time. Yeah. I'm not saying he's wrong, but all the time though.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Code Command, do we need to sell Salah for a rebuild? I can't think of anyone else we can sell for our sell to buy model. This is where it fails. We could sell our owners. That's who we can sell and bring in new owners. If we're selling Salah to do a rebuild, then the rebuild is flawed from the beginning.
Yeah, it's flawed. We ain't rebuilding. We're
Big up
destroying.
Sadiq. What I'd give for the Brexit midfield # memories.
Aye, Brexit midfield,
Yeah,
they were levels compared to what we have now.
Did not get batted up once. Mel Khalifa says this is why Buvac had beef with Klopp. Buvac ain't a yes man and dared to go against his principles, while Lijnders is a yes man. # bring back Buvac. I remember when I brought up Buvac, boy.
Yeah, I remember as well, bro.
It was ugly.
It wasn't good, bro.
Man, cussing me out. I had to walk through the. I had to walk through the town like Cersei, bro.
Like, what the shame?
Shame. It was ugly. Sammy says, could a reason Klopp holds on to these players for dear life be due to how slow we move in the market to fill key positions? E.g., Lovren wasn't exactly replaced immediately and it cost us the league. You may have a point there, Sammy, but at the same time, like we've just spoken about, we could have got a centre midfielder, but we chose not to in the summer. So it works both ways, but I do think there is logic in what you're saying there, Sammy, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Shout out to Viraj for your super chat. Shrez says Mateus Nunes just done his
You're lying. That's got to be a joke. Is that real, people?
Boy.
Is that real? If that's real, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to say.
Oh boy. Mr. Sinclair says only judging Klopp under a different budget. Oh no, we've done that one already.
Yeah, we've done that one. That's my bad.
Darth Callum says LFC panel every other Monday, Wednesday show, possibly. At the moment we're doing these shows because if we've got a game on Monday, we can't do the Monday night live. So we're kind of, sort of going against the fixture list at the moment. So things will start to calm down once the fixtures calm down. So just bear with us, guys. But we'll see how things go. Shabazz says Enzo to Chelsea has collapsed. Thoughts on a summer move? He'll move in the summer, just won't move to us, unfortunately.
Trust my God.
Tahir says Klopp's press conference nowadays are so negative. It must trickle down to the players who must be thinking, if Klopp don't care, why should we, etc. Spoiled. I don't think it would. I think those players, you got some real winners there, man. I don't think that would.
Yeah.
MZ says Lijnders is the assistant coach in Ted Lasso. I've not actually watched Ted Lasso. I know
yeah.
I ain't watched it. So
I need to check it out still.
Man. Liam says I would be happy with Nunes this summer if we get Caicedo in January, as well as Jude in the summer. Wishful thinking, but hope is all we have. Look, if we got Caicedo, I understand. I still don't see Caicedo as a 6 though.
No, he's not a 6. Caicedo's not a 6, bro.
We need a 6.
No. You're not a 6. Caicedo's not a 6, bro.
Star Dazing, big up yourself, Star Dazing. So supposedly we had a £62 million bid rejected for Caicedo. Apparently we didn't. I heard there's senior official. This was from James Pearce, I'm not mistaken. Said that senior officials said that there is no truth.
Yeah.
Mr. Darasage says, what would you guys do with Carvalho, Harvey, Elliott, and Curtis Jones in the summer? Ooh, Jones, I'd sell.
I would sell Jones, keep Harvey, and keep Carvalho, but loan. Maybe I'd loan No, you know what I'd do?
I'd loan Curtis, actually. I wouldn't sell Curtis. I'd loan him first.
I want to see if we
can get that value for him.
Yeah, I want us to give them the Foden treatment, because Foden kind of just bided his time. Give him minutes here and there to impress. Almost press the reset button, so to speak. That's what I would do. Especially for Curtis.
And because of homegrown, we actually have to keep 2 out of the 3 around, regardless of what we want to do with them anyway.
Oh, okay.
So that must be another factor. Trevor says Saka or Diaby for Salah as a backup. Saka would be fun.
Saka.
Saka would be real fun because you're hampering one of our close rivals and improving our squad. So from a tactical standpoint, I'd probably go Saka, but I do think Diaby is either good enough to be Saka's level or potentially better than him. But I rate Saka. You guys know how much I rate Saka. I've been talking about Saka for
of course.
Before he signed a new contract, or was perceived to sign a new contract, I wanted Saka. So
yeah, he did.
But we ain't getting Saka now.
Nope.
Again, Kone and Diaby, very achievable. Right now, achievable as well. So
100%, bro. But we not. There's so many players that are achievable, and I just feel like all we keep hearing is Liverpool are monitoring the midfield, but it looks like they're not going to make no movement because financially they've been stretched by Cody Gakpo. And but you know what it is? I need to see a Cody Gakpo type move where it's like, oh my days, I didn't think we'll sign anybody, and the midfield is just there, innit? That's what I need to see, bro. I can't lie to you. I need to see that because right now, man's just feeling I'm just not feeling good, bro.
It's not looking good, bruv.
It's not looking good, bruv.
It's not looking good, bro. Boy, Matt, anything you want to say to the people before we take them out?
Listen, there's been nearly 1,000 of you in here for the whole stream. Listen, I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. Listen, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying, like, not agree with what someone says, but let's just be respectful. Today, we've had to have that hard conversation about Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool, Pep Lijnders and all of that. I just hope that everyone's taken what they've needed from that. And just have a time to just think about what everyone said in the comments, what we've said, do you know what I mean? And just have a think, man, do you know what I mean? And we'll talk about it again because there's a lot to dissect with our club right now. We're not moving in the right direction. We're struggling for top 4. We need new owners. The manager's saying things that contradicts himself. The number 2 looks like he's got more power. So it's like there's a lot of things going on. We're just in a bad place. But we are Liverpool and we always find our way. We just don't know how long it's going to take. That's the only annoying thing. Stick with the club like you guys will anyway. And we'll get through this, man. Trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Matt couldn't have said it better than that, bro.
We'll get through it, man. Somehow. I don't know how, but somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
That hope, bro. It's that hope right now. People, we are going to be back tomorrow night for the live Prem panel show, so make sure you join us for that. We'll be going at a later time of 10 p.m. so we don't clash with the games. You make sure you join us for that. And then obviously Friday for the call-in show. And then, yeah. Fun. Saturday watch along. Yay.
Can't wait.
Yay.
Gakpo might make his debut. He might.
Maybe. But no, bless up to everyone. Please do hit that like button if you're watching live. And if you are watching on replay, please hit that like button as well. Till we see you next time, people. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kop-Ish from our people. Take care.